What is up, guys? Wallow J here, and I'm here with my co-host who's on the fucking phone.
I'm sending Sherry a message. So my name is Art of War, and we're here with J-Train. Woo! Welcome, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
And behind the boards is producer Chris.
Hola.
How are you guys doing today?
Fantabulous.
Mighty
How are
fine
you?
Sunday, right?
Yeah, of course. Duh.
What's new, Killis?
Well, first, I want to say congratulations. I was checking out the Nielsen podcast ratings, and you guys are the number one man of all things podcast rated in North Florida.
Woo!
I didn't know if you knew that. Now, I can tell you who you overtook, but you don't want the J-Train plugging in your competition. Well, I'm not even going to say their name. So congratulations on being the number one man podcast in North Florida.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So there's two of them out there, huh?
Go to Nielsen.com, and you well, not now. You're on the,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it
Not
right
right
now.
now, bro.
I do it right now.
Jesus
Nielsen.com, or else I won't remember this shit.
Yeah. Oh, my God. We lost him. Now he's going to be like, I can't find it. Because he's not technologically savvy.
Well, son, not sin. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. I was just going with what normally pops into mind.
Oh, we got our first call.
Jeez, that was fast.
I know. Hold on.
Yay,
This is a
pop
pencil
them
neck.
in.
Yeah. Welcome them.
Welcome to Locker Room Talk. Who are we speaking to?
Habla.
You can't say
Oh, Chris, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
it. Damn, I can never disguise my voice.
You know
I
why?
don't know why I chose.
Because when he comes up, he says your name.
Damn, that's slick. That's slick.
Oh man, haven't talked to you in a while, dude. Miss you. How you been doing?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I miss you guys too, man. Shit, I've been working a lot, but I'm really stoked because I got a lot of things coming up, man. I wanna come on you guys' podcast here in maybe like a few weeks or so, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Because I'm doing an MMA fight in like 5 weeks, combat night, May 19th.
Oh,
and then
very
I'm
nice.
Yeah, man, I'm super stoked. I'm going to be going up against the same guy that Blake Dodd just went up against.
Oh, JT,
last
huh? Cash
Oh,
money.
man.
I think
And
that
then,
might be the same card
that's going to
Daniel's
be at a catch weight at 130.
Nice.
And,
That's going to be a killer fight for sure. You guys are going to have a blast.
JT money
Yeah.
is money.
I'm just so stoked to just keep on competing, man. Like, I love constantly competing in jiu-jitsu and constantly training, like, all the time because, like, what do we do this for? I mean, we love to do it, but, like, competing is just, like, that's the way you look at it, whether you want to define it as fighting or rolling or whatever, it's like, when you go up in a tournament or a fight, like, I mean, we're just competing and honestly just putting on a show. Like, I feel confident with my training and it's just fun, man, to see.
Well, most definitely. You got to test
I'm
yourself
super
to
stoked.
see where you're at. And it's life experiences. And that's all that we really have at the end, right?
Yeah, man. I can't wait to look back on it. Like, just like building like a super dope resume for one day. I'll have students and they can look at, be like, damn, my coach did all this stuff too. Like, going after it. But I just took a super fight in like 2 weeks or so, like a Sapterio. I don't know how you properly pronounce it, but
It don't matter. We know what you mean.
I think you locked it in with Sapateria. I think
yeah,
that's
you
how
know
they
what I mean.
pronounce it.
Josh was Duke. But yeah, I'm gonna go out there and then go cheer on. I think Steven got a super fight, and then Dylan Smith just got a super fight on that too. Then I think Brandon Lim, 10th Planet purple belt from HQ, he's got a super fight. Marvin's opponent Ian hurt his knee, so a super fight's off. But Marvin's doing a seminar the next day. I'm gonna try to attend that as well, and then go see my mom on the time.
Marvin's been on fire, man. Marvin's doing really good.
That's
What's
super
that? Marvin's
cool,
on
man.
fire.
Yeah, he's been doing really good.
Yeah, man. He's constantly staying busy, and I admire his hustle, Like
His work
he loves
ethic.
it.
Yeah.
I really admire that work ethic. I try to learn a lot from him, and he showed me a lot of cool stuff. Like even back when I was like not even like a part of 10th Planet, and I was just dropping in, and I still use that stuff to this day. Like he's a good instructor as well. Everybody is. We can all learn from one another.
For sure.
It's always nice
man.
when
What
they
have
give
you
you
guys been up to? What's going on with the locker room talk?
Well, every week Same time, same bad
view
channel.
everything like that, man.
And today we have our special guest, the J-Train.
Jalen, bro, what's up, man? I'd love to talk more wrestling with you. I'm sorry, Art, but last time was so much fun.
You talking about amateur or pro?
Pro wrestling.
I hate pro wrestling. Can we get that over? I love Ric Flair 1980s shit talking. That's where it ends.
He doesn't know who Sheamus is.
Oh, man.
I think I played him in a video.
You don't really want to know, man. That guy sucks.
See a jabroni?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's trash.
I heard Rousey had a hell of a match.
Who?
WrestleMania.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
I heard she was selling and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
she was.
I wouldn't think she would sell anybody's moves.
I did see it.
Yeah.
Did you?
She actually picked up.
She's Ronda Rowdy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ironic.
It's Rowdy,
It's just
Ronda
weird.
Rousey.
Even Piper wasn't Scottish. She's not Scottish. Oh, wearing kilts. It's like,
Well, that mini kill looks pretty sexy, though.
if it was over her face.
Oh, he is not a fan.
No, I'm not a fan of Rousey. I'm on Team Holly Holm.
No, okay.
Oh, Holly Holm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holly Holm's cool.
Yeah.
She's got some cheekies on her.
Yeah, she's taken it to the face a good bit lately.
Boom. We're talking about fighting.
What happened?
He's taking it to the face. Wait a minute. Let's clarify. We're talking about fights.
All right, Chris, before we let you go, you want to give a shout out to your sponsors? And how about you turn down the volume a little bit on your stream?
Damn, dog. Calling me out like that.
Yeah.
I knew you would. I could barely hear you before.
So,
I'm going to give a shout out
yeah.
to 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, 10th Planet Atlanta Beach, 10th Planet Jacksonville, the training yard, Dean Grant. Big shout out to Dean Grant. Big shout out to D Brown. Big shout out to Pure Bean Coffee Company, Maple Street Biscuit Company,
Oh, good.
Raw Cuts. They just opened up a third location. Check them out. Check out El Chapo. They'll get you super faded if you're looking for a good fresh cut. Let's see. I think I got one more or two more. Oh, shout out to Founix. They sent me some gear before, and they show us mad love. And honestly, can confidently say probably the best shorts ever put on are Founix Ultra Lights. If you haven't tried them, just go try them out. I guarantee you'll love them. And Iron Jaw custom mouth guards. I haven't chipped my teeth in the last couple of years because my jaw has been properly secured for my custom molded mouth guard. And super dope. Customize it however you like. Even if you got some like funky ass, like ingrown like tooth, they'll mold around that shit and it'll fit perfectly.
You got some.
if you got some chompers on them.
If you got some, like, what's that, walrus teeth or some shit?
We'll call you Jaws, you know?
Box
We'll
of
hook you
rocks.
up.
Hey, you got to keep that face pretty.
What's
All
that
right,
unicorn
guys.
whale that has that tooth that shoots straight out the front? You got one of those? You put that shit around it.
All right, Chris. So we'll let you go so we can take more calls. But good talking
Yes,
to you.
sir.
And we'll get our people to contact you, meaning Chris.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to. So
Yes, sir.
be on the
I'd
lookout.
love to come back on here in a few weeks or so and
All right.
keep on talking. Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right,
Talk to you
brother.
Bye,
later.
brother.
We'll talk to you
Peace.
soon, bro. Peace.
Bye.
Ba-da-dum. All right.
You know, I wanted to ask him, how did he get the nickname Squirrel?
Because he's
I know
he's
a
squirrely.
I know he's 130. He's
just
squirrely
squirrely.
little guy.
Yeah, a squirrely guy.
You gotta watch those dangerous squirrels.
I know.
Oh, he's very dangerous too, man. He'll catch you if you're sleeping.
Yep.
Get the squirrel.
If you're,
He'll catch you sleeping and when you awake too.
Whoa, he'll get you. He's got you. You gotta be on point for sure.
Good kid.
Snatch something up real quick.
So, what's going on in the world today? Are we talking conspiracies today or no?
I mean, we want to go conspiracies this early.
Yo,
That's
Yeah,
deep.
bro. Let's just
Bro,
let's
that's
just
deep.
dive right into it.
That's deep water. No,
Go ahead, bro.
All
I
right.
know you got some stuff you want to say.
I just I know the New World Order's listening, and
The Illuminati.
Mhm.
them too.
they're
Oh,
gonna
And
be
I just-
sending that crew over to your house.
Man.
All 10 levels.
Our boy Robbie Rodriguez, he was telling me he got deep in some conspiracies in his cousin, and they started looking at websites, and they both started getting phone calls.
What?
Yeah. I
What?
swear to God, he got me on
Is
the
Robbie fucking with you?
Man, Robbie, you know those Cubans, bro. It's
Is he Cuban? I
he's
never
not
knew what he
Cuban. He's
was.
Nicaraguan.
What's
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say, I didn't
difference?
think he was Cuban.
It's a totally different country.
They both had
Good Lord.
civil wars. They speak Spanish. One eats red beans, one eats rice, black beans. Is that what it is?
Oh,
No, but
man.
he got me on this website, how the Kennedy assassination, and it freaked me out. to the point.
Talking about the Bay of Pigs and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, the Bay of Pigs has been proven true. So
There was 11 unknown CIA assassins dressed up as homeless people. That if the job was going to get done, the job was there.
For those who don't know, why don't you tell them what the Bay of Pigs is?
So are they talking about the Federal Reserve because he was going to cut that shit, and then they sent basically assassins after him?
no, the Bay of Pigs was where they were going to sink, or they were going to shoot down a airliner,
Commercial airliner
to bring
yeah.
Cuba into the war.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Dirty stuff. And then Kennedy backed out. CIA was not happy. The CIA got destroyed.
And supposedly that's why he got popped, correct?
That, and he backstabbed the mafia pretty much,
And then also he
You don't
wasn't
backstab
back
the
in the
mafia.
Federal Reserve, right? And wasn't that like one of the big things too? Like,
sure, that was in there. This guy was not making friends.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he had the Rothschilds after him because of the federal wanting to in the Federal Reserve stuff.
Are we still on? You said
Oh,
the
yeah,
Rothschilds.
we're on.
I don't. Art, you see a SUV black out
Right.
the window outside?
hey, where's our rifles at, real quick?
I didn't carry. You didn't carry.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't worry, we're good.
Whether I
We're
carry
good.
or I don't carry, you never
Gee,
know.
what am I thinking? I'm on the north side.
Yeah, you're on the north side, bro. You're good.
Listen.
But the mafia. Because here's the backstory: the Kennedys, Dewar Scotch, they were bootleggers for Dewars during Prohibition. JFK's dad, big bootlegger, and with all the mafia and all that, the mafia pretty much bought and paid for his political campaign. Same with his brother, Robert. So when they got in the office, he was president. Obviously, his brother was Secretary of State.
Yeah,
He was something like that.
I thought he was Attorney General.
Attorney General, thank
That's what it
you.
is.
That makes sense because they turned their back and went straight for the mafia. And the mafia's like, motherfuckers.
We help you put you in
Yeah.
business.
It's like,
man,
you were just
basically.
as dirty as us. This is all dirty money. And so the mafia, the Louisiana mafia, back in the 60s and all that, a lot of people think the mafia was Chicago, New York,
Yeah,
a little bit in LA. And Louisiana had a tough, because of that port.
Yeah.
Control the ports down there, man.
Yeah.
You control a lot. And he just wasn't... he wasn't making friends. I mean, hey, and that's like Trump. He ain't making any friends, but he's still alive. How many assassination attempts do we not know about on Trump, you think?
I don't know. Probably
Oh.
about 67 since he.
Oh yeah, man,
been
he's
in office.
pretty gangster though. I mean, I think he's definitely running like a mafia.
Well, here's the thing. He's never in one place for long periods of time. I guess he spends.
Well, between that and he spends a lot of time down at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
And
But they
then-
don't know when he's coming, though.
Yeah, they don't know when he's coming. And speaking of which, did you hear his son and his daughter-in-law actually had a little incident with their helicopter?
Oh, what happened?
A couple weeks ago. Something happened. They ended up having to turn around because something broke on it, and it had to turn around. And
Don't
make
they
them-
have mechanics that's supposed to look after
Sure.
that stuff?
Yeah.
They're like, it looks good. Fuck it.
Everything's by design at this point. I think if there wasn't no malfunction,
Yeah.
there goes the conspiracy theory. I just think.
I'm about to say, I mean,
everything's
we could go
conspiracy.
conspiracy theory like over 9,000 real quick.
Can
and
we get
easy.
Eddie Bravo on the phone and see if he's...
No, let's let's stick with conspiracy theories that we don't have to look into. Let's deal with shit right now.
Well, it's funny about that with Rob. I would love for someone to call in and really explain to me what the fuck the flat Earth is, because it doesn't make sense to me. I
more-
want to see their side.
The more you try to, because it's funny, me and my wife's been out of town, so me and the kids were out goofing around yesterday, and me and my daughter were actually talking about this over lunch because she was like, "What is the deal with the
Great
flat
father,
Earth stuff?"
daughter.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, let me break it down to you. If any one of your friends actually believes that shit, they're not your friend.
So if
Get
you
away
look,
from
if you
them.
look at the sun, that shit's round. You look at the moon, that shit's round. But we're flat.
Yes, we're flat. The sun and the moon spin basically like a yin and yang design. That's why, you have night on one side and day on the other. And, all the NASA footage is all doctored. Even the satellite because I think China, it's either China or Japan actually has a satellite that's up right now that you can,
Japan.
yeah. Where they take a shot of the Earth. I think it's every 5 minutes.
Yeah, Rogan was talking about
Yeah.
that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually see if like a satellite taking a picture. But I mean, still, that's all CGI. I can't. The more you
Doesn't make sense.
the more you look into it, the more you just go, I can't. What? No. How are we doing this?
It's like
Why?
someone trying to tell me that water's not wet, and they believe water. I'm like, what do you mean? What's the definition of wet?
Yeah.
Speaking of that Rogan podcast, that Militech,
Mm-hmm.
he was
Militech, yeah.
Militech, same thing. He was like, he's a big conspiracy. He's got
I
his
know.
own
Conspiracy
man.
Farm podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, but did you
Nice
see?
plug. That's who you just beat out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the number one. You guys beat out military.
Did you see when Eddie lost his shit when he found out that Miletich was a Freemason?
What?
What
happened?
This is a Freemason. All right.
Yeah, there's a video on YouTube where I guess he was on a podcast with Eddie right after or around the same time he was on Rogan's podcast. I think it was after.
Okay.
And somehow it came out that Miletich was a Freemason or something. And Eddie's like his fucking brain just
Exploded?
popped. Yeah, I mean, just he went deep into the look into it shit. I mean, just trying
He
to.
loves to say that.
Oh,
Look
God.
into it.
Look into it. No, tell me your reasoning behind this. Nah, bro, I'll look into it. No, because it makes my fucking head hurt trying to look into this shit.
You know, I can already tell I like your viewers and all that because not one person's called in about flat Earth. So none of them believe that shit either, right?
No,
They might get roasted if they do.
yeah.
I keep an open mind.
I do too, an open mind, but not on that. That's just fucking stupid.
I just want someone to explain it to me. You know what I mean? You didn't. It's still not.
No,
I want someone passionate to sell me on the idea of the.
What about that dude that went on top of Everest, took a picture, and you see the curve of the Earth?
That's
you can do that
CGI.
from the Golden State Bridge.
That's what I'm saying.
Or Golden Gate Bridge. I'm sorry. You can see the Earth
It's okay.
curvature.
It is in the Golden State.
It's because I think their reasoning for that is it's because of the curvature of the lens is what causes that, not the curvature of the Earth. It's the lens. Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing, bro. They have a fucking excuse for every single scientific fact.
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't shock me. I 100% believe there's aliens, there's ghosts. They don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with them. I
We
mean,
on good terms.
But speaking of ghosts, has there
afraid of
ever
no
been a
ghosts.
murder by a ghost?
I don't think so.
know.
That mean,
You don't know that though. Have you seen
Maybe.
Insidious?
Maybe.
What about a demon? Like, I don't think ghosts murder you, right? But demons definitely do.
in video games? Right?
Or
No.
demons definitely, like, make you murder people. Like, so demons don't necessarily have to manifest in front of you and, like, stab you, right? They can just, like, take over you and make you amplify whatever you're feeling at that point in time, and then you do whatever that is. So, like, I'm feeling very depressed. The demon takes over my brain.
It's called cocaine.
I kill myself. I'm feeling very aggro. Demon, like, helps feed my aggroness, and then I fucking kill somebody else.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I don't know, man. I've watched quite a few episodes of Supernatural, and I've seen demons actually stab people. So, I mean, demons may be able to do that.
But we're all. I mean, everyone knows there's ghosts, right?
She's talking about the show with the two
Sure.
gay guys that are brothers.
What the fuck?
He's talking about Property Brothers.
Yeah, that's you've been watching HGTV, buddy.
Listen, let's go back to the Bay of Pigs
Okay.
and the mafia and
Reminds me of
and
my single
JFK.
life.
He's trying to die.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, let's talk about the mafia and fucking Federal Reserve.
He was talking about the Louisiana mafia.
He's killed.
Oh no, we're just talking about JFK, and I
Right.
think we put him to rest.
Yeah. Everything is allegedly.
Well, you know, before we went live, we were talking about the Vegas shooter incident, how that just disappeared. I'm like,
Yeah.
You mentioned
Yeah,
something
and all of a
pretty
sudden it's about
interesting.
kids getting shot up by other kids, but it's guns and
it's cool. They're snorting condoms, and they had clear backpacks. Everything's worked out on that incident.
to me, that was the funniest thing in the
you're
world.
using the condoms wrong.
I love
their
that
parents.
the students were, putting on Twitter about how this was, against their constitutional rights that they had to wear a clear backpack, and it's just like, don't you're too dumb to even notice the irony in this, aren't you? This is great. I love it. You're wanting to try to infringe on the rights of everybody else, but yeah, here you go. Now your rights are infringed, and you're crying foul. Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, you had a pretty good theory of not a
I have
theory.
many good theories.
You were talking about the Las Vegas shooter and that there was an assassination attempt that was botched.
Oh man, look at Robbie. Wherever Robbie Rodriguez is, he just got a heart on. he gets wound up on this. Yeah, there was
It's a shame that we don't have him on today.
Right.
St. Nicky and Miami needed him.
Okay.
Robbie's a little space cadet. You got his calendar's just, Deutsche Bank keeps him busy with numbers, and he forgets little people like us, I guess.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what was the deal with that? There was some sort of assassination attempt that was botched. There was some sort of prince.
And I think Chris knows just about as much as I do because
Yeah.
you got to go on some dark websites to get this
There's
stuff.
a Saudi prince. I can't remember his name, but he owns the top, I think, 2 or 3 floors
Of the Mirage?
of the Mirage there.
Okay.
And that was the thing. It was supposed to be an assassination attempt on him, but they got him out. And so then, therefore, the theory is that then they just turned their weapons on the crowd.
So they needed that many weapons to kill one guy?
No, I don't believe so. I'm. If you're going to play conspiracy theories, I like the other one where the guy was an actual arms dealer and he was trying to sell the arms to a terrorist cell that was here in the U.S. that was funded by the CIA and da 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 da.
Oh.
And then the terrorist cell was like, fuck it, we're going to go ahead and cause some chaos and fire. And that's why there's multiple shooters, one at the gate firing at people, the other one firing into the crowd.
And with all this material, Hollywood still can't write a good script.
No.
They did write 13 hours. It's pretty good.
13 hours was good, but I mean, the thing is that was, that was a good, honest operation.
I mean, like Art was just saying, that I would go see that movie. And I know The Rock's going to be in it. We just assume The Rock's going to be in it. But you got them remaking every movie from our 80s, or from our childhood in the 80s. Like that Rampage movie, with, of course, our buddy, The Rock.
Jumanji.
With
The Rock.
Listen, it's Dwayne. He likes to be called Dwayne now.
He's running for president. He's got to flip the switch. But it's funny, Jumanji is like Robin Williams. Now that's The Rock.
Yeah. It's a big jump.
Yeah.
I mean,
Board
Baywatch?
game, video game.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is from what I haven't seen the movie, but from what I've read about it, they actually did a pretty good job because they
just came out.
Well, they didn't remake Jumanji. It's like Jumanji 2. It's 20 years after the original Jumanji happened.
Okay.
So
I've never seen the first one though.
The first one was actually pretty cool. It was fun, but it's not a remake, not like Rampage is, or I don't even think they made a Rampage movie back.
No,
then.
they didn't. But they
Fucking Robin Williams. Most chest hair I've seen on an individual in my life.
Rest in peace.
He was a cool actor though. I liked him.
He hung himself, right?
Some sort of suicide situation.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how he did it. I don't think they even said, did they?
I don't know. I didn't follow. All I know is that he's no longer with us. It's sad. I mean, I remember that guy on Mork and Mindy when I was a kid. And apparently he started at the Comedy Store because they were talking about him. I can't remember what podcast it was because Mitzi Shore,
Pauly Shore's mom,
who was the owner of the Comedy Store, passed away recently this week.
Oh, word.
So they were talking about all the people that came through the Comedy Store that she gave him a break.
Yes, it was a hanging, death by asphyxiation.
But it wasn't strangle baiting.
No, but it was. But he had
it wasn't like what's his name from
David Carradine.
Oh no!
And don't forget Michael Hutchinson, the lead singer of NXX.
Was that an accident?
When you're hanging by a fan with your dick in your hand, there's no accident there. Autoerotic asphyxiation is a true epidemic.
He didn't get his nut quick enough before he died.
Oh, he was like,
you imagine finding you're a kid or you're a parent, you walking your kids. It's the big thing I find out with kids. You see your son hanging from a fan with the belt around his neck.
That'd be fucked up.
Oh god,
I'd be disappointed.
That's why you got to get shitty fans that don't support shit.
Yeah, don't buy no Hunter fans. No,
Speaking
that one.
Of which, how's that one
looking? That one will hold you. That's a Hunter.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But the thing is he actually had
sealing off.
He had a debilitating brain disease, and that's one of the reasons why.
Who's this?
Robin Williams.
What was the brain disease?
He was liberal.
What's this?
He was real liberal.
That's fucked up.
I mean, it is a disease.
Are we still on? Did the liberals cancel me? All right.
Liberals don't listen to us, bro. I can tell you right now.
Listen, we go off conjecture and we're adults. Adult humor.
I put it on everything. It's my warning. I'm like, adult humor, adult content. Don't listen if you get offended.
He had a debilitating brain disease called Lewy body dementia.
Lewy body dementia.
Yep.
Oh my.
He had dementia?
Yep. So his
Some sort of dementia,
his brain was going, so that's why he killed himself.
Because he knew that.
Yeah, it was going to be a bad road.
So I think pencil necks are scared to call in. I put that, shot that promo on Facebook. If you guys want any, how to get a high credit score. You want women at your door left and right. Call in 990-990-3139, I believe. I mean, usually I charge $4.95 a minute for this, but it's free today.
Do you talk real slow when you're giving them the advice?
No. If I'm getting worked up, I want to smack them around in the mouth. I might speak a little fast, but I hope there's a lot of pencil necks out there. I see them with the rubber weights in the corner of the gym with their spandex, their yoga pants, and these guys don't have an ounce of testosterone in them. And I'm probably friends with a good bit of them. They're not even calling in.
I
think they're scared.
Are you talking about Randy Warren?
Randy Warren. Jesus Christ. He doesn't even know what a podcast is. Jesus Christ.
I hope you must be like real good friends with this guy because I don't know him, but man, I swear, as long as I've known you, you've busted this guy's balls. Like even when we were at the fucking competition.
I was taking pictures of him.
You were busted
from a
balls.
distance.
I mean, he's 140 pounds. I mean, what's there to be scared of? He's always posting about avocados.
Listen, Randy is such a good dude and such a good sport. It's not even funny.
Yeah, he's a great dad, too. He
posted
good
about
kid.
avocados.
Listen, last week he took a pie to the face at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh.
Got cream pie in the face.
Yeah, you know that's Miggy. Have you ever met Miggy?
Yeah,
I have met Miggy.
Yeah, that's his.
He's been at the Foster Fortress.
That's his new life goal. Is he wants to be
yes.
cream pied by you.
Apparently so.
Jesus Christ! Well, dreams do come true.
There you go. Maybe when he comes back.
Well, I don't know if you saw in the video. I did take a good whip of that pie, the cream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I about told everyone to leave the room. Now, what was that? Village Inn?
No, it was Perkins.
Oh, well, everyone knows from the South. If you want a good pie, Perkins is the place.
It is good.
And Randy Warren decided to go. You know, he's a geriatric, and he went to bed early.
Dude, we went to dinner, and this dude went to bed like around 9:30. We're like, we're in Orlando. We're just gonna go hang out and have a good time.
Randy,
I'm tired.
We got to know Randy. Randy's the kind of guy that gets out of the shower to take a piss. He's never done anything manly in his life outside shake my hand. Sitting there, I see him at the gym all the time. He's always training the Golden Girls, and Randy Warren's taking more money from seniors than the government.
I wish somebody would tell Randy Warren that Jalen's talking shit about him.
He's probably trying to get his rotary phone out. Randy, put down the avocado and call us, please. He ain't gonna call me.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
That poor guy.
Yeah,
I feel bad for him.
that's okay, guys. He filmed me slapping Jalen in the morning.
Yeah, we all got to see that. Boy, you move slowly coming. You were like a giant bear. Dude. Now, granted, I mean, what was that, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning
no,
after going to bed at 8?
It was like 9.
You gotta remember, Chris, a karate man bleed inside.
Mm.
I don't gonna move for nobody.
Listen, that was a good night, bro.
Daniel Faulkner, my boy. Oh, he got screwed. So, Chris, did you hear the story?
Mm-mm.
No, we were saving him for you, so you could tell him on here.
So we go. First of all, congratulations. You got me out here. Leave the beach on a Sunday.
I heard that is a big deal.
That is. There better.
I
be,
appreciate that. That's why I made you coffee and stuff. 'Cause
a good cup of coffee. But I don't. You know what? And I hate to say it. I don't go to many fights. Kind of keep to my own. You know. And so Faulkner was fighting for. It was a combat night. A title. He was going to go pro after this. So we get there. We show up. I mean, well, we could have timed it better. We showed up to the place about 10 minutes before he went on.
Right.
Found out a few hours before that, his opponent, who I guess wrestler at Virginia Tech.
Pussy.
Yeah, this guy knows how to cut weight. All of a sudden, well, they took him to the hospital because he cut too much weight, or he wasn't something. It was just another conspiracy.
Acute liver failure.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? But you know, it happened hours ago, and they found out. They finally told us. I mean, he's already wrapped up. He's
ready to go.
And no fight. I mean, I feel bad for everybody. So feel so bad for him. Wallace and I had to take him out and show him what a good time was. We had a couple cigars at Coronas, a couple cocktails. Daniel might not fought that day, but he won every dance competition I saw. Oh my God. I mean, Conor McGregor, he loves this guy. So of course, after he already had the umbrella, he had the glasses, the 3-piece suit. I'm like, bro, it's an amateur fight. Then I looked at it, I was like, oh, that's a Steinmart suit. So, amateur suit for an amateur fight.
Oh shit!
Even the waitress was ragging on his suit.
Yeah.
Damn.
At Perkins or Waffle House?
Perkins.
Or Jesus Christ, Perkins.
She's like, that suit is off the rack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's like, my husband's got suits. I know.
But
Damn.
I think Daniel's got that. So they're going to give him that fight again. And I think it's going to be in Jacksonville.
Well,
so like we paid for the tickets. They're going to comp us tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have to start negotiating.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
So does that mean that I get a free ticket?
I guess you. I mean, you got a ticket.
You got a ticket?
Well, he bought it, so
okay.
Yeah.
he may want to give it to somebody else, but you know.
You seem like a cool
So
guy.
that's,
Maybe he'll take
that's
it.
gonna be.
See, I'm not a fan of Mavericks. Their wine list sucks.
Mavericks, the country bar.
Yeah, I like a good Malbec when I'm watching a fight. You know, maybe a little Sauvignon Blanc, Provence Rosé. Not happening over there.
I'm a little bit more of a.
He's so
box
funny. He's so
wine kinda
manly,
guy.
man. But he's very much about his manly wine.
Oh, there's nothing more manly.
What?
I mean, if you want to be another rule in not being a pencil neck, know your Côte de Rhônes, know your Italian Pinot Grigios. Girls will flock to you.
Cotorons and Italian Pinot Gris.
No, Côte de Rhônes, a place in France that makes very good Cab, Malbec, Brunel's.
I need to start taking notes over here.
Oof.
I'm not up on the wine stuff.
Well,
I'm more.
all you got to
liquor.
know about wine is you got to know more than the person. Because everything I just said was bullshit. But I know you guys don't know anything.
He's like, if you know your Pinot Noirs and
But
your
did I-
Grigios and
Yeah, you
your,
sounded
your
great, though.
Merlot.
Yeah.
Did.
Listen.
I've also done this for a living. I've been selling alcohol for a while. So
Jalen's got a room like this
The
big, full
business
of
is
liquor.
booming.
it's huge. Yeah, a lot of wine. God
Huge.
bless my wife. She
Oh, that's
puts
right.
up
You're in liquor, aren't you?
Liquor in the front,
Yeah.
poker in the rear.
Yeah, good.
liquors in me and I'm in liquor, yes.
There you go. All right, I need to get with you. There's been a couple ones I need to try to see about getting.
If you bring up the word Pappy Van Winkle, I'm just
No.
going to leave. Okay?
No,
What is Pappy Ben?
It's the most allocated juice in the world. You can't get this stuff.
No,
and it
it's-
tastes just like every other brown spirit,
No.
every other whiskey.
my dad sends me stuff all the time, and he tries to find because he travels a lot, and he'll find a liquor he really enjoys. And
Oh, so he's in Puerto Rico. He's going to send you some good wine from there.
no, he's been up in New York and a couple places like that, and he's had some stuff, and he's sent me some liquor.
Our vineyards
Yeah.
are amazing down there.
Yeah, but it's not wine; it's
Great
liquor.
wine.
It's liquor.
What, Puerto Rico?
He sounded good,
see,
though.
See, I know more than you. I know more than you, so I can call you out. When I was with Bacardi. Bacardi flew me out years ago
Yeah.
to the distillery out in San Juan.
Okay.
So I leave property. We call it, going on a field trip. Not the smartest thing to do, but get me out of here. I can't be in a resort for 3 days. So I get in a cab and just take me to the local spots. I don't know Spanish, but habla enough, Jose. So I'm like, he always creeps out of the cab or an Uber driver when it's just you. You just go right to the front seat. I don't even go in the back. So I sit in the front seat. He's looking at me like a behemoth. I'm out here with Bacardi and stuff like that. He goes, "Oh, Bacardi. That's shit. None of us drink Bacardi." Where you going? It's Bacardi. It's Puerto Rico. Everyone's drinking Bacardi. He goes, "We drink moonshine or Don Q." He goes, "If you drink Bacardi and over here," and I can say this because Bacardi left us and I haven't made a dime off Bacardi in 3 years. So I can talk shit about how bad their rum is. No one drinks it over there. Just like in Mexico, I've always heard if you go to Mexico, no one's drinking Coronas. That's American beer.
Yeah,
White Plains, New York.
Same with Foster's.
It's White Plains.
I don't. You talk to
Foster's
an Aussie.
Australian
Yeah.
Guinness,
beer.
actually, too.
That's
You go to
original.
Ireland, they don't drink Guinness.
Really?
Nah, that's I
I
don't.
went to Ireland, they weren't drinking Guinness at all. It was something else.
The Guinness
Murphy
is-
Stout.
I know
some other
Guinness.
shit.
Guinness is huge over there. I know
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I don't know.
But it's a
Yeah,
different.
they drink
Oh.
Murphy's.
It's a different
Is
Guinness.
that Randy
though.
Warren? Man, fuck.
Who do we have on the line?
Randy Warren, the beast.
The base.
What is up,
You've got
buddy?
a lot of balls calling this podcast when I'm in here telling these people what's what and what's not. Get off the
Oh,
phone.
it's Mr. Shrug. Hey, Shrug, what's up?
It's called lifting heavy weight. No one's ever triangled me and no one ever will. Okay. What are you doing interrupting me on this podcast?
I'm going to the store to pick up some food to build up my mass. Eggs, meat,
You're,
Avocado.
tofu.
you're a vegan. Stop it.
Tofu. That's what he said.
You fold your
Eggs,
toilet
meat,
paper.
tofu,
You,
avocados.
you fold your toilet paper before you wipe your ass. I'm not scared of you. Hang up the phone. Well, I mean, where are you going? Fresh Market, huh? Is that
You
where
beat
you're
up
going?
on senior citizens and you posture.
You take their money. You teach them one stretch for $10 an hour.
They sign one contract, I'm good.
Did they sign the waiver? Yes. All right, Randy, go stretch them out.
They signed a
What do
one-year
you-
contract. What's going on, brothers?
We were just talking about the pie in the face.
Yeah, we're talking
Oh.
shit about you, Randy. I wasn't
Where
personally.
was your other hand? There's one pie in my face. There's that other hand somewhere else.
Don't you worry about the other hand was.
That's not on the camera. It got edited out.
All I know is that prostate's okay.
So
You're going to live the long life. Yeah, all joking aside, did you see me sprint to the bathroom afterwards? I was scared. Like,
They're going to kick me out.
Don't get any cream on my hula shirt. I took it off. Never mind. So what
my.
The ride home was good. Randy got to tell us about the 60s. When he first saw Elvis. Yeah. When he was in his 30s and the Challenger exploded.
Randy, hands up, defend yourself. You're being attacked, sir.
Damn, dude, you know your lineage.
I'm an old soul at heart, you know. Anyway, so I saw you yesterday. I walk in the BTT, shout out the Brazilian top team. And I stroll in, gym bag in hand. Yes, I did shrugs. Tank top was on. Muscles are glistening. And I walk in like I do at the gym, and I see you on the mat with the kids. And you're taking pictures with the kids, and you got your brown belt out there. And you're holding it. You're doing all the posing. And I thought to myself, I said, that's the only time what's his name? Randy's actually looked big in a jiu-jitsu picture. First time in his life. He's hanging out with 6-year-olds. Charlie Murphy doing karate with the kids over there.
It's strategy.
Oh, then poor Randy. He had to go 6 minutes with the J-Train. I was just giving it to him all you could take.
I went 8 minutes with Stu.
I was about to say, then Stu just ate you.
That was 4 minutes longer than that girl that beat you.
Oh yeah, you got armbarred by a chick. Listen, I don't care if a chick armbars me, you're not gonna know because I'm not gonna talk about it. You got in the car
and talked about it.
Fuck wrong with you?
Was it a chick already? How'd that happen?
Why don't you tell us about your 528?
Was it Gabby Garcia? I mean, I understand.
Yeah. I think it was McDonald's wife. I mean, at least McDonald's a black belt. She's a blue belt. If that makes you feel better, Randy. But you don't talk about that. How'd you do yesterday with the kids? Were you teaching the youth the art Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Is that what you were doing over there?
I just told him to run. That's
All joking
aside,
his son. What is Luke now? Luke is still a white belt, or did he get one of those greens? Or
he has he's two stripes, two-stripe white, and he's ready to get back at it and hopefully compete this summer or next fall.
I see these kids on the mat. I'm like, I better be retired by the time these kids get the age. Like Luke's gonna remember me terrorizing his dad. When Luke's 18.
Who's that big fat guy, Daddy?
I'm big boned. I allowed you to call in this podcast. I can hit the hang up button any minute now, Randy Warren. And if you got a problem with that, you can meet me by Bo's Anal Reef on 3rd Street in Jack's Beach. And we'll figure this thing out.
What's that place?
It's like the Blue Oyster, kind of.
I don't understand.
You get there first. I'll meet you there later.
The Blue Anal Reef. What?
Bo's. You never heard of Bo's Anal Reef?
No.
It's called Bo's Coral
We
Reef.
gotta send him.
Yeah. They do, it's very alternative.
It's baths.
It's a very alternative bar at the Jack's Beach. And once a year, it's funny because Jack's Beach, Randy, you can hang up now. I'm done with you. There's a bar called, are your minutes running out there? Huh?
He's in on that Obama plan. His minutes are running low.
Now go get your kale and do all that, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
Doing shrugs. Peace out, guys.
Bye. All right, thank you for calling.
I do more than shrugs. What the hell was I yapping about? I was feeling good about whatever I was talking about.
The bar at Jack's Beach.
Okay, so there's about this time of year, there's putt and crawl. So you go to it's a few hundred people. You go to the Ritz, do a shot. There's a little putting green in there. You putt it, and then you go to the next bar. And every bar's got to sign up for it, and it's like every bar is kind of like a hole. Well, Bo's is a part of that. Now, Bo's, let's get it out there. It's great. It's a gay bar. So you always want to know what the fuck's going on in there, right? I remember one year they built. I
don't.
You're not curious, like what the fuck?
Nope.
These motherfuckers.
I'm pretty sure I know what's going on
because I know how much liquor they're buying. They're putting people to shame, and they're buying some booze up there.
Because it's all dudes.
And a lot of Stoli vodka. They like the Stoli vodka. And so this year they open it up. So you can be a straight man walking the Bo's and it's cool because, it's putt and crawl. Who cares what the fuck's going on here, right? Because one year they built they build it like an 8-foot fence.
Nope.
which is against city ordinance. You can't have anything over 6 feet.
Why?
No,
Why?
I don't know, but no one questioned. It's like, yep,
They're like,
you
listen,
can build a 10-foot
let
fence.
them have their 8-foot fence.
Yeah, we're gonna have the straight bars pay for it too. But so you can go in this gay bar. I remember, and it's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Do you get
right?
like free drinks all the time?
Me?
Yeah.
When I go, no.
So my brother would go to gay bars for the free drinks.
That's a dangerous line, bro.
Yeah. He's like, hey. I told him, and this guy asked me to buy me a drink. I told him, I was like, hey, listen, I'm not gay. He's like, but I'll take your drink. And the guy would buy him drinks anyways, all night. And then he'd like, thanks, and leave.
I'm not gay, but I'll take a drink. What do you want? Oh, I'll have a Cosmo.
Yeah.
Says the guy that's been to 4 gay pride parades.
Those are on accident, sir.
All 4 on accident.
Listen, did I tell you about this?
No, you
No,
haven't told
let
me.
me finish the bows.
We'll get in my gay pride.
I think we're gonna need a couple minutes for that one. I'm already scratching my head. But the Bose Anal Reef or Coral Reef. So it's like, you remember when Willy Wonka opened up the chocolate factory? You know, like, what the fuck's going on there? Motherfuckers got little Oompa Loompas running up and chocolate rivers and stuff. So you can go in this bar and you're like, whoa, man, this is cool. And all the gay guys are just there loving it because you can freak out all the straight guys. Man, every time I've been there, the shirt comes off, push-up contest. There's girls everywhere, guys and girls. And you turn into a flamer. You can be straight, man. You just turn into a flamer when you get there. I've never not had my shirt on at Bose Anal Reef, and I'm straight. Yes, I'm straight.
You got all the attention. You're like, shirt's coming off. I mean, why do I work out anyways, right? If I'm not going to get complimented.
I just shaved the chest there, honey. I'm ready to rake it.
Girls don't even like it. Guys are always like, yo, dude, nice chest.
What's up with the bear?
I had
the bear. Why is that bear shaved? It's fucked up, man. He shaved his own shit.
I remember one of my best friends, Sam Jett. He can drink with the best of them. He's got a bladder the size of a pea. So this guy's got to take a piss every 10 minutes. And we're at one of the gay bar one time for pug and crawl. Everyone went, no, it's judgment free zone. And so he's, the gay guys, one thing they do, it's like girls. Everyone goes in the bathroom. It's a one shitter. So everyone gets to go in. And the girls got a long line and all the, the gay guys, girls, you go in front of us, go pee. Fucking Sam, he's 260, all the vitamins he wants. Use your imagination. He short temper. He's about to piss his pants. He just starts yelling at these guys. And all of a sudden, the bouncers, $140, something like that, come up. So you got to go. Fuck, I do. Got escorted by a whole bunch of gay guys at the bar. I was like, we're not going back to this place again. I think I've been back since, but.
That's neither here or there.
4
Don't you judge
times.
Me.
Yeah, four gay pride parades.
Yeah, okay, let me explain.
You can't say it with that smile on your face.
Let me explain. So, the first time back in the day, I used to be a model. Hard to believe, right? So, this one gig that I had was supposed to go do like a fashion show thing, and it was in Seattle. So, I went into Seattle, Capitol Hill. I show up there, gay pride. So, like, whoa. So, it's gay pride. Okay, so that was one. The second one, Amsterdam. I go to Amsterdam a lot. At least I did.
I thought they drug tested it in the military.
They do.
Huh.
But I went to Amsterdam.
Monday, you're getting drug tested.
So I went to Amsterdam, and this was probably like 4th or 5th time that I was there. And then I heard like some music bumping. I was like, oh, man, some EDM. You know what I mean? Electronic dance music.
Say who?
EDM, electronic dance music. And I'm over by one of the canals, and like me and my friends like hanging out and stuff like that. And we like start seeing like floats go down the canal, and it's just a bunch of gay people. And then like this huge like crowd of gay people come drop by. I was like, so boom, gay parade number 2. I come back from Germany and I'm hanging out over in California because I ended up getting injured, so I had to have a surgery over there and recover. And one of my buddies, he's gay, and he's like, hey, listen, the gay pride is this weekend or whatever, da-da-da. Would you come out with me and my friends? I was like, yeah, man, absolutely. I support you, whatever. And I'm just recovering from surgery, and I'm going to this gay pride thing in California. So boom, that was 3. I come back here.
Wait, that was an accident.
That one wasn't an accident.
Yeah, the first 2 were accidents.
I didn't plan it, but the third one was like, hey, this was a guy that used to be in the military that I knew or whatever, still really good friends with. And he was just like, hey, there's gay pride this weekend or whatever, da-da-da, would you want to come hang out? I'm like, yeah, kind of like the same situation as you, so without my shirt off. And then, so yeah, boom,
Some people
that.
just don't know how to party.
That was a lot of fun. And then I came back to Jacksonville, And then I went down to 5 Points. I was hanging out with some friends or whatever. And gay pride parade. So boom, 4 gay pride parades. All on accident.
No, 3 on accident.
You're
So the other one was an accident too, because I just happened to only be in California because the military sent me there to recover.
You're 75%.
You're still winning.
No, the only gay in me is my love for vanilla lattes. That's pretty much about it.
And chocolate chip cookies.
That doesn't make you gay. that makes you normal.
No.
Makes you an American, sir.
Makes you American. Okay, if you don't like chocolate chip cookies and milk, something's wrong with you.
I don't.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Well, he was raised by women, so you know. Maybe.
Oh.
You've never French kissed a bald eagle wearing an American flag Speedo in Walmart. If you don't like chocolate chip cookies, you
What's wrong with you? Well, he's not really American. He's from Puerto Rico.
And you can only do that in Walmart.
Oh, yeah?
They have that set up on the 4th of July.
So that's my four times. It's not really that bad. I mean, he's trying to make it sound like it's something crazy. But no, it's not.
4 times?
Fool me once, shame on me.
The other 3 times.
Fool me
Hey,
twice,
these
shame
are
on
4
you.
completely different locations. How am I supposed to? Oh, there was a 5th time. Disneyland.
But it's probably the 6th and the 7th.
One fucking time.
Disney does a gay pride?
They do a gay pride
They probably
day.
do a great gay pride.
Had no fucking clue. Pulled up into the hotel, and I was like, "What's all these dudes doing over here?" And they're like, "Hey, gay pride." I was like, "Well, dude, I'm not gay." They're like, "Boo."
You know it's Gay Pride Day when Mickey's got no shirt on and assless chaps.
Yeah.
Thanks for that visual. I know my next tattoo. How about you, Art?
Mine's gonna be Goofy. I'm sure he's doing something fucked up.
Goofy ain't walking right.
He's like,
For all your tattoo needs, please visit Black Half Tattoo. BlackHalfTattoo.com.
I'm gonna get more work done. Where are they at?
Gilmore.
Yeah, Gilmore. 5
Stockton
points.
and
Is
Gilmore.
that where you get? I like that sleeve you got.
Oh, this one? Yeah.
Gone fishing. Why'd you
Oh,
get
yeah,
that?
gone fishing, and then it's on the other side. It says, be back later.
The wife's gotta love that.
She doesn't mind. She gave up years ago. She gave up around when I got the rocker done on my stomach.
What you got to do next tattoo? Pencil next. Grab your pens and papers. What you do is you get a tattoo in your inner leg of a Thanksgiving turkey.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say a ruler. There you show proof. Like, look.
So you get a tattoo in your inner thigh of a Thanksgiving turkey. The opposite thigh, you get a tattoo of a Christmas tree. And you just start ripping down the Jack Daniels at a bar. And you pull down your pants. And you say, "Honey, you want to eat between the holidays?" Pencil next.
Nice.
Get the permanent marker and write that one down.
Eat between the holidays.
Yeah.
They're eating ass.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or whatever.
There's nothing gay about that.
No, not at all.
For everyone just calling in or tuning in.
Or tuning out.
Yeah.
Hey, J-Train, you going to get a gator tat?
Why the hell would I get a gator tat?
I don't know,
I like my 720 credit score. I don't want Equifax knowing I got a Florida gator tattoo.
Who said that?
Chad Ovian? Meyer?
Overmeyer.
Yeah, Overmeyer.
Who's that?
Covermeyer. He went to the University of Tennessee. He's from Georgia.
Oh, so he's all kind of fucked up.
He's got a good credit score, but yeah. No, Gator. I get it now. He used to be my boss. This motherfucker. Remember? What was the movie? Will Ferrell and he's a policeman with I should know this.
The other guys.
Other guys.
Mark Wahlberg.
Remember the Gator?
Yeah.
He would turn in the Gator.
Gators bitches don't wear no jimmies.
Jesus, Chad Overmeyer. I've seen him rip more ass.
More ass.
They're like, Gator, man, I don't know if HR is going to let that one fly over the bow. No, I'm not getting a tattoo of Gator.
Sounds like he's a problem for HR.
He said used to be his boss. Duh.
Yeah.
Why is he no longer your boss?
Are we still on? Well, hello, Chad, if you're tuning in. University of Tennessee. Are you kidding me? Dude, so Chad, hey Chad, I'm glad you called in. You made me remember this. His fraternity, they're the ones that got busted for butt chugging.
Oh, they're butt chuggers.
No, the butt chuggers.
Speaking of gay parades.
Oh,
Butt chugging beer, huh?
I mean, I like the party. Don't get me wrong, but taking some malt liquor up the rectum. Whew.
Well, see, that shit only happens at Tennessee.
How do you know?
Well, because I'm a Gator fan. You don't get nobody's doing that.
So you're biased.
Nobody.
How do you know it doesn't happen in Gainesville?
At least it hasn't been reported, sir.
Oh, so that doesn't mean it doesn't go on.
They're just smart enough to hide it better.
How do you? Who looks at another man and says, "Hey, I'm like, put this funnel up your ass.
Well, first it all starts with medical school. So check this out. I was a corpsman in the Navy, right? You know, like when I was active duty and stuff.
This makes sense. I see where we're going.
Yeah. So check this out. So they're talking about like different ways to absorb things, right? So you have oral, which is PO, sublingual, which is underneath your tongue, and then you have it rectally. They have dermal and they have rectally. So listen,
great ways to do acid.
So listen, yeah, dermal and then rectally. Now, the one that absorbs the fastest is actually rectally. So that's the reason a lot of the suppositories or whatever is yes.
Why?
I don't know. It's just the way that it is because it's a direct thing because your intestines like absorb quickly. It gets into the body faster. It doesn't go. Yeah, it doesn't go through the digestive system. Okay. There's nothing cutting it down. So they're like, hey, does that work with alcohol? They're like, yeah, if you have alcohol via rectum, you will get drunk way quicker. So
yes.
So with that. And then we also went over Fleet's enemas and the whole GI tract and all that stuff. So a couple of the guys thought it would be good to go out and get Fleet's enemas, empty the bag, put it in their ass, and then pour vodka in it. So they're butt chugging vodka basically via Fleet enema. So high, hot, hell of a lot goes to a lot of high quality alcohol. Well, one guy almost dies.
My God! What happened?
One guy almost dies. No lie, and this is not like wives' tales and shit. I was there,
but what happened?
I mean, I wasn't there.
The problem is,
I was there.
Your body, since you're doing it like that, normally your body would expel the alcohol because it notices there's too much alcohol. The level's too high. That's what causes you to vomit. If you shove it up your ass, your body can't vomit it. So it's got no way to get it out of your system. So you can.
So he almost died of alcohol poisoning.
Alcohol poisoning. There's been quite a few cases.
Holy shit!
Quite a few cases of alcohol poisoning because of people doing that shit.
So we got strangle baiting.
Yeah.
Butt chugging. And the chicks are doing tampons. They're doing it with tampons.
Yeah, they did that. I imagine they would burn.
What? They what? They what? I'm sorry?
So they dip in their tampons in like vodka and then they put it in their vajayjay.
See, I'm more of a Manhattan guy. You know, elbows on the bar, have a cocktail, maybe an old fashioned.
Is it bad to have your elbows on the bar? You're not allowed to do that? Because I do that.
No, I call it throwing elbows. If you don't have a rash by the end of the day, you're doing good. Kind of like I'm throwing elbows right now.
So I should just wear my rash guards at the bar. Just Danaher that shit.
I've definitely got some rash guard or some rash from being at the Ritz Bar and Grill. Great place to meet friends. Many of times.
But the rash is on the D or is it on your arm?
Well, if his dick is on the bar, then probably on the.
Hello, ladies.
Yeah.
He just said rash.
Well, you can take a beer on your elbows.
I'll take a beer and he'll have a martini. Huh?
Hold on, you're a corpsman, right?
Stirred, not shaking.
You know, I'm laughing at the butt chugging thing. It's like, I mean, do you buy good vodka? You know that the alcohol salesman. I'm like, how can I make money off this? How about you make an instant rebate. You buy a bottle of
just attach an enema to the vodka bottles.
You make the vodka bottles way smaller so it's less expensive. So people are like, oh, and I just buy it with this, and then I can butt chug this, and then
get your own little enema nozzle that comes with it. So then it just threads right on.
So you do like
or you just screw it onto the thing, and then the bottle actually you just squish like a
taking
plastic
a shot.
ampule, and it just.
And for listeners, we are needing a sponsor for this. So.
Yeah, if you're a liquor sponsor,
we're figuring this shit out. I mean,
not for the butt check.
I mean, this is cutting edge shit.
I mean, you think about this. I know we'll circle back to this if we have to, but buy a bottle of Art of War vodka, get $2 off a funnel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're not attaching Art of War to that. We're not attaching Art of War to that.
You can attach Wallow J any day of the week to it.
Wallow J. He's like, listen, man, when you think sticking things in your ass, think Wallow J.
Exactly.
Buy a bottle of Pax Karate vodka.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, I mean, God, what happened? What happened? Just going up to the bar, throwing your elbows on and saying, "Hey, Jamie."
It's a new age, man.
I want to throw it out there and say.
So can they go?
Hold on, let me say what I was going to say.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you're out there listening, if you ever butt chug or put the tampon in the vodka and put it in your hoo-ha, give us a call. We want to know about this stuff.
You're not a pencil neck if you're doing that. I respect that.
I don't think anybody's going to call us on that, but I think we should go one step forward. Like, should we design a bar stool that you can just sit on and it injects. You say, yeah, hey, bartender,
I'm
hit
sure
the double.
it can't be
He hits
molded.
the button, boom, boom, you get a double. Looking for some trouble. No, mama, don't talk to me tonight.
Sir, you've had too much. How the hell you know?
I hit the buttons.
Well,
I hit
sir,
the buttons.
there's a full gallon of vodka underneath your seat an hour ago.
Squirting.
You know what? That might be a good idea.
You just sit down.
Well,
You just have to figure out a way for a port through your pants and like some sort of condom situation and
Bro, you know that
switching out nozzles.
You know,
and
there's
shit.
jeans with zipper in the back, right?
I don't know these things.
And women wear skirts.
I'm thinking it's leather. For some reason, I'm just picturing a leather pair of pants like that.
Well, assless chaps too.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you probably only
it
get away
is
with
possible.
that in Key West, I'm sure. I don't think you can get away with that in the rest of the
Well,
United
listen,
States.
wherever. It doesn't matter as long as they allow it.
You're like, do I have to go to Key West for this? How does this work?
And you got to sign a waiver.
Or
When
you
come
could go
through
to
the
that
door.
bar that Jalen goes to.
The gay one?
Yeah. What is it, Bose?
He makes you take your shirt off, though, right?
I'm instantly regretting that story.
He's like, yeah, I mean, every time I go there, somehow my shirt comes off. My dick comes
I
off.
bet you won't find Randy
I
Orton in
will
there.
put money on that. If you
And
you
I
go
can poop
there,
easier that day. I don't know why.
your credit score goes up because gay guys have great credit
They
score.
have great credit score and fashion sense.
They do.
That explains that shirt, sir.
This is why you don't drink in Amazon clothes.
You're a handsome individual. So I see Jalen. I give him a hug, and I'm just like, oh god, he's so big and hard. It's in a big house.
And he's not talking about his muscles.
We're
Whoa.
I
We
gave him a
start-
second hug. I was like, I'm not gay, but dang, bro.
if we start getting weird phone calls pretty soon,
You know-
heavy breathing.
You know what's funny, man, is I used to be a bodybuilder back in the day before I did martial arts and all that stuff. And when I was lifting like that, I would never tell another guy like, yeah, dude, that dude's big. Never.
No.
But I stopped because your ego changes. And when I went from bodybuilding to like martial arts, obviously I lost a lot of size, and so my ego got really bruised from it because I'm like, oh, I'm not a big guy anymore. And then people that knew me back then and see me now, they're like, dude, what happened to your arms? You know what I mean? Because I was pushing 20-inch arms natural, and which is big
The pythons.
for natural. You know what I mean? So I'm like, when bodybuilding and stuff like that, I mean that kind of matters. And but moving from one sport to the next, oh man, it hurts you. It hurts
you don't
I don't know how you do it.
A lot of shrugs.
I wish I could. Yeah, a lot of shrugs. You triangling me.
Listen,
Get tired real quick,
the
though,
top
but-
pressure from Jalen is like you have 1,000 pounds.
Well,
on
I
you,
imagine
bro.
so because he's only like 100 pounds off of 1,000. He's
Just-
huge.
Just know this.
Hard.
Jalen was my training partner for well over a year.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pretty much every time at the combat club and the
Yeah.
training yard.
I remember our when we California. You poor bastard. Every ankle lock or heel hook, everyone was teaching different. And my arms are just going right around your ankle. He was tapping before the heel hook set in.
Who's another big bastard? Robbie Rodriguez.
Dude, Robbie is a fucking monster.
I got to roll with him a long time ago when I was a pro. He was one of the funnest people I got to work with. For
General
being
Giant,
such
too.
a big guy.
Oh, dude, he's that's my training partner. Him and Juicebox, a lot of Juicebox. But a lot of people know he was 5-0 pro in Miami.
Yeah.
His hands are freaking blocks.
Yeah.
Man. And he comes from the Avalon school. So he's
David
got
Avalon, yeah.
Yeah, I
David
did a little
and
bit of stand up
Marcus,
with Robbie. I mean, he didn't hit me as hard as he could or anything like that. I mean, it
Yeah.
was sparring, but
But
it was fun.
Dude,
He's good.
my buddy Zach Johnson, because they do BTT, they do the Muay Thai from 6 o'clock, 7. And I roll in there about there's Brazilian time, then there's Jalen time, and then getting ready, and those guys are coming off the mats, striking and stuff like that, and I'll see them. All right, when you go, fuck you! I didn't go in there. 36 years old. I'm not taking that shit to the chin anymore. I'm not. I want to walk tomorrow. And I've seen guys come in, kind of like Dean Grant and Killer Mike.
Yeah. Piper.
Yeah.
Big Mike Piper.
And you see guys come in and they just start throwing pepper. It's just like kind of start elbowing people. Watch this. And I remember this guy was getting a little rough at Robbie. It's like, whoa. Nice high hat kick.
Hi-hat kick,
And
yeah.
and Robbie blocked it. And then you could see Robbie's eyes like, game on, motherfucker. He just started working.
Because he'll play to your level if you're a
100%.
smaller guy. Because he realizes he's
100%.
big. You know what I mean?
Same with
So-
jiu-jitsu. Like if
Yeah.
I take a couple weeks off, might hit a bender and I might show up a little in shape. I'll be gassing out like in a minute, and he won't kill me. He'll just keep playing with me, and I've done that a few times with him too, because he'll take a few days off, and he likes his IPAs. But when he gets on you, bro, and he wants to be a beast, fucking Jesus Christ, that top pressure's phenomenal. But he's got a knee bar. He's got a spinning knee bar, and it's go-to because if I tap him or if I get some on it and he hasn't got one of those points or a tap in, and he sees 30 seconds, he drops what he does. It doesn't matter if he mounts it. He'll let you get up and the knee, he's going straight for that knee. And it's about impossible to stop it when you're gassed. Yeah. And you're 250, just, blowing air. Everyone's
You're 250?
250-ish, yeah.
I thought you were at 260, 270.
We'll go to McDonald's.
You might have to jump him on a scale. I don't trust this guy. Usually when big guys say, hey, yeah, I'm only 260, they're like 40 pounds heavier, which is funny because that's the opposite of little guys. Little guys are like, yeah, man, I'm like 180. I'm like, you're like 160, dog. And then like big guys are like, yeah, I'm 270. I'm like, you're 325, motherfucker. You're a liar.
Speaking of Zach Johnson, you mentioned him. He was ready to roll Saturday night when that dude pushed the drinks aside.
That poor
dude.
Kid. Oh.
His face was like he wasn't smiling, but like his face went from chill to like
Terminator.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck this guy up, and I'm like, shit.
So Zach's a Texas guy. He's actually moving back there.
Is he?
Yeah, he's today. He's
damn.
He wants his dreams. He wants, professional fighter. He wants to do all that. But he wants to be in a Brazilian top team out in Texas. So he's doing that. But bro, I mean, he was close. He dropped out of buds. I mean, he was close to becoming a
SEAL.
SEAL, yeah. And man, he's a tough. But he's got that switch. Yeah. I mean, so after Saturday, we're at the Barnes. Get over here. You need to loosen up. Let's do a shot. Well, I knew any shot I was going to do wasn't going to work with him. We're not doing Irish car bombs, something like that. So I got him a shot of Grand Marnier. And he started loosening up after that. But I'll let all you guys know, I mean, I've been hitting bars for quite some time. And about 1:30, you get other bartenders start going in the bars. They get cut and all that stuff. And this guy walked in. You could tell he was in the service industry business. And he walked in with two chicks. And there wasn't a guy without cauliflower ear in this crew. And this guy was not even paying attention. We're all throwing elbows. And, the Rainbow Warrior Faulkner was dancing. And this guy just gets our drinks. Like does the Moses with each hands of parts of drinks. Oh, motherfucker, you want to die? I mean, but Robbie and I and you all, we were cool with it. Fucking, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. It's Zach Johnson. Yeah, his face went from 6 to 12.
He was ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, there's certain rules you just don't break.
Yeah.
Well, touching the drinks. You just drug me, sir.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to get me to the right bar first with my shirt off.
Thank God for Robbie. Robbie saved his life.
Robbie pulls him to the side and it's like, Robbie's arms are just the veins. The vein of Robbie's right arm is bigger than his kid's
not
neck.
only just his arms, but his powerful beard alone.
Yeah.
The shit's just powerful. It demands respect. He's like from Sparta, but he's like. Where's he from originally?
In
Nicaragua. He's like a Nicaraguan Spartan.
He is.
Yes.
This big motherfucker with fucking AR-15s and fucking grenade launchers and fucking probably some sort of dick holster gun. some
nice
legs.
visual.
His legs aren't really legs. They're more like fucking what's
trunks.
This thing? No, tracks on tanks and shit. He has track legs.
Well, let's put it this way. So he pulls this kid to the side,
Sorry, I got excited.
And I could tell. He
Love
pulls
Robbie.
and this one, Robbie, hey, bro, what are you doing, bro? Tranquilo, bro. And all of a sudden, about a minute later, you see the guy giving Robbie a shot, like, oh, thank you very much, kind of, yeah,
running me over in those track legs.
The kid was drunk. I mean, Zach Johnson wanted to.
He wanted to turn him into a pretzel.
I told Zach, it's like, this isn't a 1980s movie, all right?
He's like, but it could be.
Yeah.
If you play your cards right, it could be a 1980s movie. Shoot him up, bang, bang.
That's another kid with a hell of hands, man.
Zach Johnson.
Ooh, Zach.
Is he training over BTT with you?
Yeah, he's training. Yeah. BTT. Like I said, he's going to be back in Texas. He's a Texas guy. He, respect to that kid, man. There's all of us, whoever, strapped it on and wanted to, when you first start, it's like, man, I want to be a pro fighter. There's a lot more than just becoming a pro fighter. There's a lot of work. Sure. You got to give up a lot. And he's sacrificed a little bit in personal life. But it's either you can't train, 40 or not 40. They're probably training 20 to 30 hours a week. And you can't.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing
you can't have a 40-hour job
a couple times a day.
I mean, you've got to go. I mean, there's going to be some ham sandwiches nights, some ramen noodles and shit like that. So it's hard unless you got some. What's the ankle lock? Gary Tonan's the guy what's the rich kid that's tapping everybody right now with ankle locks from
Craig Jones?
The guy who tapped Marcelo and
Gordon Ryan.
Gordon Ryan, isn't he like his parents are just wealthy? He's never had a job.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so that guy's just training left and right. He doesn't have to worry about finances.
Ryan, Nicky Ryan.
Yeah.
Well, if Art showed me the video this morning of Danaher talking about Nicky. And his day, like every day, he's at the gym.
What does his day consist of?
6 o'clock train
in the morning,
and 6 o'clock in the morning.
Up.
Yep, drives to the gym. 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. He trains, sleeps on the mat till then train at 12. Then after 12, after that class,
like 12 to 3 or
12 to 3, they drive back, and then he teaches at night training. So he's training 3 times a day, every single day.
So he's not going to school.
He's probably doing homeschool.
That's the only thing I can figure is homeschool.
Because, like he said, I think they have money or whatever, but he's being homeschooled.
Yeah,
that's the only way you could be able to keep that schedule and still go to school.
That no one has that. No one has that. A lot of us.
Well, good for him. If that's what he wants to do.
Well, I mean, exactly.
Fuck yeah.
That's
for him.
That's his. Because it was a whole thing about. Because I said it too. I was like, Nicky's just a phenom. And that's when Art was like, you haven't seen the video. Let me show you the video. Because Danaher breaks down. He's not a phenom.
They asked him if he was.
He's
a
put
very
a lot of work.
He's put a lot of work.
Kid that knows exactly what he wants. And
he came in fat and not athletic. Kind of a chubby kid, not athletic, and spent 2 years. In 2 years' time, he's a purple belt.
3 years, yeah.
Just had the biggest match of his life last night.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Kids put in the work.
By the way, congratulations to him. That is no small feat to try to beat Gio.
No.
Well, I like Gio, and I was hoping that he would win.
We all like Gio.
But Nicky's really good.
So I've seen several things out there on Facebook, and I don't know because I did not see the match, but there's guys saying that Gio dominated the whole match and that Nicky only had his moment 15 seconds before the match ended. But then there's others saying no, he had a lot of attempts at submissions, and it was actually pretty even. So if you guys saw it and want to talk about this, give us a call, 904-990-3139.
Yeah,
but anyway.
I didn't see it either. I just saw a couple things all the Kimura attempts and heel hooks weren't actual sub attempts.
Yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to go
Salty Sally or something like that. I was like, they're talking about Ryan with Gio, and I was like, man, that's crazy because I had heard that Gio dominated the whole match and then got caught kind of in a reverse triangle at the end, but was but the bell ain't, so he didn't tap or anything. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't get to watch it. I kind of really want to watch it now just because of that controversy.
I do want to see it as well, but I can't say for a fact this is what happened.
Yeah,
because I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'll wait and catch it on a replay or something and actually get to watch it.
It'll be on YouTube soon.
That's definitely East meets West, right? It's about as much as you can get.
Basically,
pretty much.
Yeah, New York versus California, right?
Yeah.
But, these guys who do that, I mean, a lot of these guys are in construction, too. I know when I was training real hard like that, I was a carpenter. I mean, that's not easy work. And then to go do that, be at the gym in the morning, put in 8 hours, Florida sun's not easy. And then go home, quick shower, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then off to the mats for 2-3 hours, and then wake up, do it all again. That is a hard schedule. And that's just doing amateur kind of stuff, right? Just being a mat warrior. I just, guys like Zach, man, with the hats off to him. That takes a lot of ball, more guts than I did. But then I also got a freaking awesome job where I can sell booze and drink booze, and
where he could be driving from Orlando on a Sunday, get a call and say, hey, I need you to play in this golf tournament on Monday.
Yeah.
That's his job.
And that happened, and I'm proud to announce our foursome won.
Nice.
Straight foursome.
Nice. Where'd y'all play at?
Amelia River. Right up the corner here, Amelia Island.
Okay.
Was it like a best ball type situation?
Oh, it was definitely a scramble and some Democrat math for sure going on. I mean, it was sponsored by all alcohol, so no one was up on.
Those are the best ones. I've played one years ago up in around Yulee,
Mm-hmm.
and it was best ball. I was like, oh, thank God it's best ball. Because we had one guy who was a scratch golfer. So
That's all you need.
Yeah, so that's really all you need. So, I do my drive, maybe reach 200 yards, and he's like, oh, man, cool, that was a good shot. And it's like, shit. And just watch it fly. I'm like, okay, yeah, best ball. Let's go.
So, I was just thinking about this when you're talking about golf. I don't know why, but so Art of War School. I mean, I hear you guys are taking stuff over in Orange Park, doing pretty well. Got a good judo school.
Yeah, we got judo as well.
And we're just talking before this. A month? You guys been open for a month?
We actually been open 2 weeks. We had a soft opening for about 3 weeks, just to kind of work the kinks out of it, find the flow of the gym, figure out the things that we needed to change, add, and do. And we still got some stuff we got to work on, but as far as the classes are set, man. Members are signed up. I mean, we're doing really well. I'm pretty
that
stoked
seminar
about it.
with Joey. Who's got your keys?
Who's got the key?
Jonathan Uzcategui.
Uzcategui, yeah. That's how you pronounce it.
Johnny U.
Johnny U. Yep.
Oh, that was a great seminar.
Yeah, he's awesome, man, and really provided me with all the tools for like an amazing curriculum, and set some like serious standards. Like I've been to a lot of schools, and
she comes bringing gifts.
I've never seen something as organized as what this guy provided me. So it was just pretty cool. Lean Impact Nutrition, Locker Room Talks official sponsor. Seems like they dropped off a care package.
Oh, and M&M's.
Oh, why did you have to?
That's for Sherry because she's hey, thank you, honey. She's lactose intolerant. I mean, glucose intolerant.
Yeah. I didn't know you were lactose intolerant.
Glucose intolerant. Oh, look at this.
Just what we need.
Another one.
Thank you.
Well, he's already had one.
Yeah, but these are the small ones, so it's okay as long as it's not the too tall ones.
Can you
crazy?
No.
Can you not?
No.
Open that shit on.
I don't even know why you're trying.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you're trying. Why are you trying?
Why are you mad, man?
Talking about that.
Why are you trying? Don't even try, bro.
Oh.
You know what's happening.
I just went 6 to 12. That means an erection.
You know what's happening.
In case you didn't know, now you know. Hey, check out those, man. Those are probably some pro nuts right there. She wants the blueberry pro nut.
What is going on?
Open it up. Check it out.
You guys put a little bakery box next to the guy 250.
250?
Oh,
try that shit out right there. That's like 10 grams of protein in each one of the little bad boys.
Christ.
I think.
Who? And this is Lean Nutrition. This is
Lean Impact Nutrition.
This is Zach Elton stuff.
Yeah, that's Zach stuff.
Yeah.
Good God.
Official sponsor.
Grab one. They're good, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm not.
He's gonna wait till after the podcast,
you guys,
probably.
He's gonna be a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna. I'm not
wait till after the podcast. It might not be there, dude.
Yeah, I fucking will.
No, I'm about to snatch them up.
Good job, Zach Elkins. I'm gonna need time alone with these things. A little American Pie action going on here.
Now make sure that her mic is up.
I will. I'll let her get set up, and then I'll.
Your headphones are right there.
Thank you, Sherry, for the
Sherry Arnold joining us here at Locker Room Talk as usual.
So this is the female perspective,
sort of
the
if you can call it that.
Yeah, well, we don't want to have any issues, so we bring split tails up.
Well,
in here
our first couple of podcasts, we had issues with some feminists talking shit. So
it was mostly Wallow's issues.
Damn Puerto Ricans.
Wallow pissed off this chick talking about Gabby Garcia or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it went downhill from there, and I was like, "Hey, listen, I know a girl, and we need perspective."
Yeah.
This is a lawsuit. Like, no, we got to check on it.
Yeah, we're totally equal opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a Puerto Rican, we got a Mexican, we got a white dude, we got a redhead chick. I mean, you can't get much more. There's only 1% of the world is that. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of diversity in this podcast.
Oh yes.
We're just my buddy Vaughn. He can be our token black guy. I need.
Oh damn, token black guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna like that.
Why?
Because
I don't think he'll mind.
I don't think Vaughn.
Is her mic up?
I don't know.
Vaughn texts me every
eating.
single morning. You think he's gonna be mad at me for calling
sure.
my token black guy? I'm just saying.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, great. Congratulations on the school, guys. That thing looked.
Appreciate that. Thank you for coming, dude.
And the rumor is you're not a big fan of AC or opening doors.
No, there's no.
Are you going to kill someone?
Listen, we make it sweat up in
that
there.
is a tin can, just waiting to bake somebody in August and July.
Well, you know what? To be honest, I opened the door the other day.
Oh, you broke?
No. Only I'll do it when people start complaining. They're like, "We can't breathe. I can't." I'm like, fine. Open the door. They open the door. Put the little stopper in the thing. I have AC, but I'm not turning it on yet. Not until it really gets really hot.
August.
You got Roosevelt Boulevard right there. Just open the doors, let the cars fan you.
Listen, man, and that's a lot of traffic, which is really good for us. But this is the thing, man. I've been doing this sport for like 11 years now, and all my injuries have came from being cold. So I know that as long as you keep it hot, injury prevention is there. The only thing you have to worry about is now heat injuries.
There's heat, and then there's nuclear. That place is about to turn into.
So when I got a bunch of big guys, I have to pace them. I can't have them hit as hard as I like to hit
Especially
them
putting on a gi. Oh
yeah,
my God.
and then when you put on the hot potato sack, the gi.
It's just like a sauna.
I can't hear her.
Yeah.
It's like someone's trying to choke you the whole time.
Let her get her mic.
Have you ever been choked in the sauna?
Have you ever? No.
You're not going to the right sauna.
Well, you know how Joe Rogan talks about heat shock proteins, man. I'm creating my own heat shock protein via dojo. I mean, you're learning. You're getting heat shock proteins. It's good. It's good, man.
What protein?
Heat shock proteins.
He's just too cheap to pay that electrical bill.
Maybe.
It's a different kind of protein.
I just don't,
Right.
I don't know, man. After getting the injuries I had a torn pec from being cold, and I had some other like things that required surgery. Like if I can prevent that for my guys, that's what I'm going to do. If it gets ridiculous, it's over 100 degrees. Yeah, we'll kick on AC or whatever.
Oh, at least now we know there's a line.
Yeah.
Florida never gets over 100. With the humidity, it might get up there, but
is this going to be 100 outside temperature or inside temperature? Because that's a whole different ball game.
So listen, man,
let's go inside.
These guys are always trying to scheme and scam their way into getting some AC going or some air going.
I've never asked you for AC.
No, he hasn't. But there's definitely people who are like, "Can you open the door?" I'm like, "Are you gonna die?"
But did you die?
Have you died?
No.
I was like, keep moving.
I'll ask you
The
for
majority of
for
my
a heater.
injuries were winter.
Yeah, all the injuries all came in the winter. Oh, everybody, rib injuries come a lot in the winter. People aren't stretching, aren't warmed up, and they want to roll.
It's like, you're eating all that bad food during the holidays too.
Yeah, don't eat bad food. Just
eat bad food. Train it off.
Train it off, but warm up.
Let's. I was just thinking about Zach. Let's give him a call. Can we call him?
Yeah, you have his number.
Yeah, I think he was at 210.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Hand me one of them Pro Nuts. These are protein donuts.
He's got a little bit of pencil neck in him. I need to beat out.
Beat out the pencil neck. Oh.
Give me a second here where I am.
Is that good?
Hello,
or you need it up a little bit.
So how does he make these things? I mean, what's going on? I mean, they look like unhealthy, nasty, delicious donuts.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, protein-packed donuts, man.
Whey
really,
protein.
really good. His first ones weren't that great, but he's perfected the recipe through all the suggestions, and it's amazing. And the way he does all the toppings and everything like that really spices it up. It's very artisan-like,
Man, they look
When
good.
he designs his meals, it's very it's what's appealing to the eye.
Yeah. It looks good. It tastes good. It's all your macros if you're into that shit.
Does it match? Does it go well with the Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Punch it in.
His pencil neck. He's been asking
Not
for
bad
it.
at all.
No, you need like the coffee ones.
Oh, yeah.
I love technology.
All right, we're calling who? Zach Johnson?
Zach Johnson.
Yeah,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Is he like Jack Johnson?
Zach.
You know Zach?
Hello,
Pencil neck.
jabroni.
What is up, brother? How you doing?
You have.
I'm good. How are you guys?
I just
Good.
want you to know you have thousands upon thousands of people listening to you.
No pressure.
So don't be a punk. All right.
What happened to the millions and millions?
Well,
we're not there yet.
We're not
Someday.
Jesus Christ, you're already cutting promos 30 seconds into it?
Like, whoa. We're not quite Joe Rogan status yet, but we're on the way, sir.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard the introduction. I've checked these guys on Nielsen. It's a legit podcast. Number 1 manly podcast in North Florida. You probably wouldn't know that, would you?
Yeah, I've
You're
been listening to y'all. My credit score went up. Pretty stoked about that.
There we go. There we go. Have you got a tattoo of a Thanksgiving turkey and a Christmas tree between your legs yet? No, well, you're getting there. Now, are you driving to Texas today?
We're heading out right now. We're getting everything packed up, and then just gonna take my sweet time. Yeah, gonna head out today.
So you're a pencil neck a little bit. Although you went to Bud's training. Has there ever been a pencil neck in Bud's?
I don't think so. Actually, I think most of the graduates actually are smaller guys.
He was telling me these guys are on the Brazilian vitamins.
Most definitely every weekend, right? You guys pop over to Mexico, hop up on that shit real quick, and so you can get through the week.
You speak now.
The guys are freak athletes, and yes, a lot of them are freaking. They look like They look like. You ever seen the movie Predator?
Yeah.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Word. I don't got time to bleed.
But so you're
Picture.
So you're going to Texas. You're going to be training at Texas BTT.
Yes, Texas BTT San Antonio.
Who's the coach out there?
Diego Gamino Noguera.
Oh, he sounds legit, don't he?
Yeah.
Noguera, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one of Marcelo's guys?
That I'm not too sure. I think him and Marcelo are got their black belts around the same time. I think he actually got his black belt under a different BTT black belt, not Murillo.
It might have been Mario. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Whooping Jalen's ass.
I see you in the hospital in 5 days and 5 years and 1 day then. I also see you being bald too, but that's neither here or there.
Zach, I can tell you the secret to beating Jalen. You ready?
Drop me on my ankle.
Sure.
You just have to pick him up. Big guys do not like to be picked up. I'll tell you firsthand. I picked him up. He started wiggling, all stiff and awkward like. He's like one of those like gyrating fucking
fish out of water,
sticks.
fish out of water.
And then I had to let him go. I was going to injure myself. I couldn't.
Yeah,
just pick him up.
Well, I let you pick me up first thing.
Well,
and then I let you.
Whatever you say, sir.
I let
whatever
you drop me on my ankle.
Whatever. You landed flat on your back.
I broke fall.
I remember like it was clear as day. My shoulder started to rip out of socket, and I was like, "Well, it's either my shoulder or you, buddy."
That's what. Yeah,
it's gonna be you.
Yeah, that's Zach. You were there. That's when Faulkner had his what was that? The 10th Planet Orange Park Invitational.
Yeah.
Faulkner was a beast. That
yeah, I remember that.
He did that flying triangle. I remember from guard or from like knees or something. I sweat at least 10 pounds that day. But thank God she ran out. Didn't you run out in the Publix to get a whole bunch of water?
I think I had someone else go because I was covering the
Take
front.
credit for it because I was awesome because I about died.
Oh, we talking about the that one tourney?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember. So what was I like $500? I think Daniel won
600,
something like that.
He's laughing the whole time doing a submission, going from. It was funny.
That's Daniel. I mean, Daniel's Zach. When you say that guy's just a freaking killer clown, pretty much.
Yep.
No.
A clown on crack.
You should have seen.
Can't hear a word going saying. Thank you guys.
Well, then hang up. Then
listen,
you're embarrassing me.
Listen,
anyway, okay?
Before we go, what triggered your response last week to want to kill that guy?
Oh God.
Well, the thing I've always been kind of wired like this is really when people mess with me, it's really not a problem. But the second you fuck with someone I love, even if it's something minuscule as that, I mean, I'm ready to put your ass in a shallow grave. So whenever I saw Jalen's like quick
he just moved our
right
drinks.
Kind of like for like one little split second, he was kind of pissed off. That
should have been the Navy SEAL.
That got me going.
I love you, but there's no reason to kill a guy for moving my Appletini.
Appletini. He was like, my shirt wasn't even off yet.
You know?
Yeah.
Should have went to a different bar.
Zach is also a student of the Clint Eastwood movies as myself, and do what Eastwood would do. All right, brother. Well, it's good talking to you. Good luck and everything. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm gonna miss you, Jalen.
Bye, Zach.
Whatever.
All right, buddy. Later.
Bye, guys.
He was
I'm
ready
a good guy.
to rock and roll.
I really wanted to hear where he's going to be in 5 years. I'm like, that's a neat case study. You want to?
He's gonna whip your ass, son.
100%. He should whip my ass. I'm gonna do some dirty tricks though. It ain't gonna be easy getting one on this old man by then. I'll be 41 by then.
Yeah.
But you know, it's interesting. What these? Bro, I'm 36. Huh?
Fuck.
You're older than me.
I know. By 6 years.
I'm older than you too. Isn't this some bullshit?
I'm 42, son.
Damn.
I'm almost old enough to be your dad.
What world do you live
In
in?
Puerto Rico, bro.
Puerto Rico.
Come on, we start early.
That's Puerto Rican, man.
Latin America, bro.
Jarrell just landed.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, thousands of listeners right now. If Jarrell was in here.
Oh my God.
Strap it on.
That is what?
Yeah, he's Cuban, right?
Yeah, he's Cuban.
I keep saying I got all these Hispanic friends. My yard looks like shit. I don't get it.
Wrong kind of Hispanic friend.
All right. I got the yuppity.
You need
the
Mexican guy. Well, if you want to call him,
I know a good Mexican guy who does yard work.
Not very good though.
No.
He's half Puerto Rican, so he's gonna fuck it all up.
You gonna call him or no?
He just landed.
Oh, okay.
So this guy lives in Vegas pretty much. But speaking of Vegas, who wants to go back to Vegas? Conspiracies.
Yo,
I'm in.
All right, it's going deep water. Let's do this.
Go ahead.
The Illuminati. Which one was it? Rothschilds.
You were talking about the prince that got escorted out of the Mirage right before the shooting spree went on.
You know who is an expert on this?
Who?
Robbie Rodriguez.
Oh,
let's call Robbie.
Are you going to call
really
Robbie?
Wish Robbie was here.
No, he's with his girlfriend, bro.
I know. I said I wish he was here.
Oh no, conspiracy, bro.
All right, we're going to call who? Jarrell?
No,
Robbie.
Oh, you are going to call Robbie.
Told you. Why you look at me like I'm crazy?
All right.
Like I pinche loco way.
Oh, he's with his girlfriend. He doesn't see her,
Fiancé.
during the week. Fiance.
Oh.
She lives in Miami. Yeah.
nurse. I got to wear a Wayavetta to their wedding. Now my credit score is going to drop for sure on that one. Is that how you say Wayavetta? I'll be mowing someone's lawn.
My credit score's going to drop.
All the suspense.
He's probably going to go to voicemail. He doesn't know who's calling.
Bro, who is this, bro? What? It's my Robbie impersonation.
I don't know who this is. Yeah, he's going to
Can we shoot
it?
Please leave your message for...
And does he know how to set up a voicemail?
No, yeah. Told you.
Well,
I don't have mine set up either.
That's the guy who knows all this conspiracy stuff.
We'll have to get you and him, and we'll have to do a whole tinfoil like conspiracy theory.
Well,
I don't like the word tinfoil. Why is a tinfoil hat?
So that way the government doesn't get your brainwaves.
That's deep water.
Yeah.
The government doesn't get my brainwaves.
Yeah,
It's not
because
the
they're
aliens.
beaming thoughts to your brain, so you have to put the tinfoil hat
all right.
on.
So
why did they put all these weird?
So
thoughts
hold
in my
on,
head?
because Chris has got an interesting take on Syria. He sent a message last night.
Okay, let's back up. We bombed Syria. Go.
When did we do that? Friday night?
Yeah.
Some people like to party.
Friday night, we're gonna bomb it.
I heard there was a hell of a fireworks show Friday night.
It was actually pretty funny too, because as it was going down, Trump actually pardoned Scooter Libby too.
Yeah, and that was, what did he get busted
What did he?
for?
He got busted for basically technicality. I can't. My dad. God, I wish I could.
He
remember.
hooked the white.
No, it was
I let him go on that shit, dude. They gotta learn.
basically.
They gotta learn.
If I'm remembering correctly, I could be completely off. Me and Dad talked about this. Whenever he was being questioned by the lawyers during Clinton's thing, they asked him if he'd met with somebody, and he said no. And then he went back the next day and he looked at his notes, and he realized that he had met with the person. So he went back to the prosecutor and told them, hey, just to let you know, when I answered that the other day, I went back, looked at my journal, and yes, I actually did meet with the person. So then they went, oh, so you lied to us.
Well, he probably didn't remember.
Well, it doesn't matter. It was a I can't remember what day.
Well, this is the thing. Like when they ask you, they're like, to your best of knowledge, to your recollection. Did you ever meet with somebody? No, I didn't. And then you come back and you tell them the truth. Like, hey, listen, I didn't realize, but I did. I looked at my notes, so on and so forth. So why the fuck he should be pardoned?
Yeah. So that if that's what it was, so then he got basically they strung him up by that omission. So Scooter Libby got pardoned. But
meanwhile, the Clintons are just partying.
Oh,
just murdering people. They're like, hey, that does live. Where's it at right now? 64. Let's see if we can hit 70 by the end of the next 2 months.
That guy didn't say Kanzu.
We got 3 more in us, right? In 2 months?
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, so the big conspiracy going on now is, we just bombed Syria.
And by we, you mean the U.S.
Well, the U.S. with France and the UK.
The French did something?
The French did something.
They said French toast.
Yeah.
All right, I can start eating. They're not freedom fries.
So, which is actually even more interesting because it branches out into now Trump has actually pulled France and the UK further away from the UE because the UE was against this, and so now they've pulled him. That's rain. It's getting ready to hit hard.
It is. We're in a tornado watch.
We're definitely going conspiracies then.
So he's actually pulling them away from the UE, getting them away from Germany because some of the canisters that were found in Syria the last time they pulled this shit actually had German markings on the canisters. So it starts getting all funny. But anyway, so the big thing going on right now is so Russia and Syria were in the knowing that we were going to bomb and missile these installations. Because what started all this is Trump said, we're pulling out of Syria. We're pulling all our troops out. We're leaving. So then what the deep state did and some other operatives in Syria to keep us there pulled another gas attack. Because if you remember, they did this.
By deep state, you mean Syria's deep state?
No, ours. Deep states, CIA, stuff like that. Because they want to keep us. They want to keep us in the war.
Yeah. A lot of money.
A lot of money. So they did this when Obama was actually trying to get out of Syria. When he was here, they had a gas attack a while back. We bombed a bunch of shit, but it was all abandoned installations. Basically, the same things happened again.
So when he dropped on Moab?
Yeah.
Because no one got killed on that, right?
No, nobody got killed.
You're just showing dick ready.
Exactly.
Same thing. I thought that Moab was in Afghanistan. And that was Trump.
Same thing.
Yeah, you're right. It was Trump. And what did he?
No, Obama had the red line in the sand.
He's like, listen, we got 13 more of those motherfuckers that expire in the next 2 years. Gotta use them. Gotta use them.
But so they knew that this was all a ploy. So Trump says we're pulling out. He causes the deep state people to pull a gas attack, react to expose themselves. So then you
always get in trouble when you expose yourself.
So then he has to show, save face and bomb. But he lets Russia and them know because Russia wants the people out of Syria and Syria wants these players out of Syria too. So you launch an attack. You hit the installations that were abandoned. Again, they were actually evacuated. Yeah, allegedly. So then that gives Russia and Syria carte blanche to basically go in and wipe it out because, now we've been attacked. So we're at war. So we're securing our area. So now any of the resources that are there, because it was a chemical plant. I think it was 2 chemical plants that got bombed, an airfield, and supposedly there was a port that got hit too. I can't remember. I saw that earlier. But then there's been some other really weird reports that there's been some attacks in Iran that just happened today.
The Iron Sheik came back and just wrecked them.
So who's attacked Iran?
That's the thing. They don't know because it was an unidentified plane that came through, dropped the bomb, so it had no markings.
I'm pretty sure it was actually aliens.
But the thing is they're trying to say that it was possibly an Israeli plane that carried out the attack.
Because those guys are sneaky as fuck.
Yeah, so here's where you starts getting all kind of fucking crazy and weird and starts branching out to a whole bunch of different places. So do I believe any of this shit? I don't fucking know. But is it fun as fuck to read and start trying to, place lines together and,
Well, who's the Chinese guy that you were talking about?
It's not a fucking Chinese guy.
General Sal?
Yeah, General Sal. He's got chicken. He really likes chicken.
You were talking about some...
No, it's QAnon. It's a guy who posts on the 4chan boards, who does basically the theory is it's either Trump himself.
Real quick, I've been to 4chan boards, and I'm telling you right, that's not very technologically savvy, dude. They just really?
Because these are the same guys that actually triangulated where Shia LaBeouf put his flag when the only image that he had of the flag was up in the sky. They triangulated off of the jet streams that were left over planes and found the flag. And it literally only took them 36 hours to find this.
What the hell does Shia LaBeouf do?
He was doing the whole protest against Trump. He will not divide us. So he actually was putting up a flag. And every time he would put it up, 4chan would find out where it was. They would go and they would take it down and they would raise the flag of Kek, the Pepe the Frog thing. They would raise the flag. So he started changing it up and trying to make it where it couldn't be tracked. The last time he did it, it was on a flagpole. It was either in Tennessee or Kentucky. and the live cam view was literally just straight up.
Dude, I bet you Shia LaBeouf is so fun to hang out with.
Oh yeah,
I bet you he is fun as fuck.
I couldn't do it.
nah.
Dude, I bet you he's like, woo!
That
And he like
guy's a-
smacks your ass. You're kind of like, all right, it's that kind of party. And
That
then
guy's a
Jalen's shirt
space
comes
cadet.
off and they're doing push-ups together.
Oh,
Talking
short-
about, do it, just do it.
Oh, I'd give him one of those Iron Sheik short arm clotheslines.
I don't know. I think
Jalen
you,
will about
I
to
think
hang
you
out
and
with
Shiloh would be
liberals.
like best buds, dude.
Oh my god!
I think he would buy you a couple drinks and it game over.
He
Nah.
would.
You would show him some jujitsu. He'd show you some dance moves.
Shia LaBeouf, he can't dance better than the J-Train. You lost your mind.
Well, you guys would have a dance battle then. That would be
Shia
amazing.
LaBeouf, he can't act good.
Sh-
He can't act like he's
Well,
dancing good.
I
Sir,
have to
Transformers.
disagree with you there. I think he's a
Transformers?
great actor. I think
Transformers
he's
was going to be a good movie without Shia LaBeouf.
Fury, though, he was great in Fury.
Who?
He played an interesting
Shia
character.
LaBeouf,
in Fury.
he was great
The
in Fury.
last thing I saw him in was a YouTube video of some cops just giving him the biz.
Oh, the one up in Savannah.
Yeah, Savannah. He
was
got
that when
fucking up there.
he was like, Trump's going to divide us and stuff like that? It was a black cop.
Yeah.
Just like, shut up. And they're like, I think he asked for a cigarette. And this guy's out to lunch. We know that.
Oh, he's definitely not normal. Those guys, the majority of actors, I think, I don't want to say, I don't care. I'm talking off of conjecture here. I think they said
Get
there's
that thesaurus out.
some sort of like study thesaurus.
He's
Like we need to
speculating.
find out another word for conjecture.
He's
But,
speculating.
so I'm speculating, but I think something I read saying the majority, a lot of actors are actually like like not mentally right in the head because they have to pretend to be all these other people, and they actually start thinking they're that kind of person.
Then explain
lot of them are,
Eastwood.
like, a
and,
little bit-
back in the day, you didn't see like Clark Gable just going
Clint
around.
Eastwood is a different
no.
animal, but you're like your what's the one that did Joker? Your Keith Ledgers,
Heath
your
Ledger.
Shiloh Buffs, your what's the one that did the
All of
new
them.
Joker?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. He's like very much a method style actor. That one dude from The Shield, the one that's kind of bald now, he played Shane on The Shield.
I didn't see The Shield.
That was a really good fucking series.
No,
If you guys, if you need a series to look at, look at an older one. Shield, it's all out. Watch that. It's fucking amazing.
That's the one from LAPD. They were there. LAPD.
Yeah,
right?
well, they're like a special. Is there a special group or whatever? Guys.
His name is Michael Chiklis.
no, not Michael Chiklis, but his partner.
That's the only guy you know
Shane.
from The Shield. That's all.
Oh, you're talking about Walton Goggins.
the young kid.
Walton. No, he's not
the
young.
guy with the big teeth.
Yeah, and his
Walton
Yeah,
Goggins.
he's kind of
yeah.
tall. Yeah,
You know,
the
Walton with
Goggins.
the teeth and the ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, we know him.
No,
Everybody knows Walter.
these guys' problem is they're in California now. And I born and raised in California. It's
Yeah.
just Kaepernick was a good guy. All of a sudden he goes to San Francisco. He quit eating meat and grew an afro.
Yeah, you're right. Something wrong with California a little bit.
I mean, they're on
was
the title.
that many people in one small little area becomes an issue.
Yeah, that and if you don't have the same ideology as them, you're a bully or
Have you seen where they're getting?
Oh,
ready
you're a
to-
racist,
Yeah.
rapist,
Oh,
fucking.
You see where they're getting ready to
Nazi.
split it. They're
all-
possibly it's gonna. He got the signatures, so it's gonna go on the ballot. But they're talking about breaking California up into 3 states.
Here's the thing about California. A lot of people don't know. It's not. So most of the population's on the coast. That's where a lot of the left leaning people are. If you get more in like the Fresnos, the central valleys,
Get a lot more farm.
a lot more. And the more you go east in California, it's
Starts getting red.
red.
Starts
Thank
turning
you. I
real-
always
yeah.
get red. In
Yeah, it starts turning red. The,
Yeah.
the state starts turning real red.
So what are they going to call the other 2 states?
Oh, I don't know. I just
get the fuck out of here.
well, the thing is the other because
Mexico.
a lot of people in California are upset with, I got a buddy of mine who's, I think he leaves California here in 2 weeks. He bought 30 acres in Georgia, and him and his wife are fucking leaving California. They're done. They had a tattoo business, and with the way the tax structures work out
Oh,
there,
it's terrible.
and then plus, he's a vet, so he likes to shoot and go shooting. So then they're coming out with all the new gun laws and the magazine bans.
Well,
So
they
he's taking all
already
his shit
have
going.
no high capacity magazines. They're like, well, if you're really good at your weapon, you only need 1 bullet. I'm like, obviously, you've never been in a position of a high stress situation because your fine motor skills go away, and it's literally only your gross motor skills that work. Obviously, you don't train at all, so you don't really know that. And then another thing too, they're like, oh, well, you don't need an AR-15, you just need a shotgun. I'm like, have you ever seen a female wield a shotgun?
Oh,
They can't do it.
Well, they can.
Most guys can't do it properly.
Yeah.
Listen, most guys can't do it properly. So yeah, no, an AR-15 is obviously a lot better tool, or maybe even a handgun, a pistol of some sort.
I mean, California right now, you can't even have a rubber band gun.
Well, it's frustrating to me when they're like, "Oh, you don't need high capacity." I'm like, first off, what the fuck are you to say what I need and don't need?
So you know who just fled California too is one of my favorite lead singers of all time, James Hetfield. He was on Rogan's podcast.
I thought he was in San Marino.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah,
but he was leaving. I think he was going to Colorado.
He was saying how San Francisco, where he lived, he'd go hunting out in the mountains, come back with a deer strapped on top of his truck and driving through San Francisco. Shit, you ain't think you're not going to catch heat and doing that. So he moved to Colorado. But the main thing is the taxes. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
taxes are ridiculous. And then the cities. I mean, I went back probably 2 years ago. The best part, the Niners won. Shout out to San Francisco 49ers. Rednecks. There's a real team there. But watching them beat the Rednecks in Minnesota, that and In-N-Out Burger. The rest, I got depressed. Man, fuck, everything's dirty. There was a little drought at the time, so everything was brown. There's litter all over the place.
Well, what was it? It's either San Francisco or there's another city, but there's one where like now the homeless population is damn near taking over the city interior. They shit on the sidewalks. There is.
Kind of sounds like San Francisco.
That's what.
Yeah, I think it's like there's literally an app that you can get on your phone to see where there's been defecation like pinged.
Didn't they have like Hep C or Hep A or something spreading
What kind of
fecal matter on the sidewalks?
Yeah, so I mean, you got to get an app so that way you can see where you don't step in shit. What?
Speaking of San Francisco, I want you to tell the story about your kimono story in San Francisco.
Oh, I'll get fired.
Why?
I didn't accidentally walk into a gay bar, I can tell you that, but it was.
Just tell it.
Jesus.
That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, do we have time?
Yeah, it's our fucking podcast. We do what we want.
So
I don't have an archery range or anything, but we're pretty good.
Oh,
time.
So I was how did it start? Shit, I was out there with the winery. So I was out in California with Gallo. So you go.
So
see.
is this like Northern Cal, like Sacramento?
No, we went Sonoma, Napa. It's a death march. You wake up, you go see this winery, drink wine, get on the bus, go see another winery up the road. But it's just it's fun, but after a while it takes a toll on you. But you always every trip you do like that, you fly into San Francisco, get the In-N-Out, monster style it up, and then go on that death march. And then you always got to fly back out. And the last night you always get a night out. And so that last night. Great dinner on the wharf. It was about 15 of us, just letting the bottle of red fly. I mean, I accidentally swallowed a couple bottles of wine that night, for sure. Just a couple. And so we were going to go hit the like the Marina District. I can't remember. That's where all the partying's going on, good bars and all that. So over there, they're taxis. They don't have like yellow taxis there. It's like a 2-seater. Taxi where only a couple people, because it's all environmentally safe, whatever. So I couldn't even fit. Like if I would have got in there, I would have taken up the whole quote unquote taxi. So there was no more left for me and some pencil neck from Orlando I barely knew. I said, hey man, I know I grew up around here. We're going to walk over there. I know exactly where I'm going. Bullshit. Like I said, I accidentally swallowed a couple bottles of fermented grapes that night. So all I know is I was, trying to find this place, and I see like a what's that, like a bodega, like those open stores where it's got like I Heart FS.
Okay, so not a bidet.
No.
You mean the sink, the water fountain in the bathroom?
That's for your ass.
You wash your hands in it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you wash your hands in that, right? So that's the drink out of it, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's like a big water fountain, right?
So I'm like,
a bodega.
I'm gonna buy some of my sales reps some like I Heart SF, some stupid, touristy
San
stuff.
Francisco.
Yeah, and all of a sudden there it is. I see a kimono. I was like, that motherfucker is glorious. It was silk. I don't even know how much it was. I bought
it for like a girl.
No, it was Jackie Chan stuff. It was like, man, I mean, believe me, it was an extra large, and I barely fit in it. I knew that.
So it was Asian size.
I was popping out of this thing, and the pencil neck I was with. I was like, hey, I'm buy you one too. I was feeling good. So I was like, we'll meet. We'll be the last ones at the bar that everyone's at, and we'll be wearing kimonos. We'll get a good pop, brother. You'll be promoted. You'll be living the high life like me. So we
like me.
so we put on these kimonos, fucking like right by Chinatown. Kind of stick out, right? So we get.
I don't know, 280 pounds.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you stick out? Nah.
Bulging muscles.
Yeah. Glorious blue eyes just looking out all the our Chinaman friends. And
down.
Yeah, looking down. So finally we get a cab to get us there. And I was at that point, I knew I didn't know where I was at. Well, I see a grocery.
Are you in a kimono?
Yeah, the kimono. And I got my shirt that I was wearing before, and then all my salesmen, I bought them some shirts in a bag.
Are you all in kimono?
Yeah, just me and the other guy. I can't even believe we got a cab. The cab probably saved our lives. And then just like most of my downfalls, I see a liquor store say, let's go get a pint of Black Label, some Jack Daniels. So I'm brown bagging this thing in the back of this thing, and I'm feeling good. By the time we get there, I'm loose. I mean, whew. I was feeling really good.
Anything that comes in your brain is going out your mouth, right?
Oh, yeah. So I walk in. There's Foster and Jabroni Pencil Neck. Everyone's laughing. Oh, you're so crazy, so funny. I'm like, yeah. All right.
I
was like, oh, time to take this fucker off, right? I'm like, it was only for that pop and get out. I left my damn shirt in the gift bag in the cab. That motherfucker's long gone. So now the kimono is me. Like, you got to own this. I remember looking at someone. They're like, "All right, Foster, you gonna take this thing off?" Like, no, bro. I got to own this. I lost my shirt, and it's like 10:00 at night. You know.
Foster said that to you.
Yeah.
You're like, bro, this is what I got now, dog.
You better own this.
We're in the wrong bar. I can't take my shirt off.
keep track. Yeah. He's Foster.
Yeah.
Oh, this is deep. Oh, yeah, that's right.
J-Train. So
sorry, you threw me off when you say your last name now.
So at work, they call me that. But so I was like, all right, I know these bars usually, liquor companies will give them like, hey, here's a Captain Morgan shirt or, something like that, band, for like swag stuff. So I go to the shirt and the bartender's just already shaking his head. I'm like, you idiot. I tell him the story. I'm like, hey, do you have
This is in the Chinatown?
No, this is the party district, but we're in China. I mean, San Francisco is Chinatown pretty much.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And if it's
dim sum here and there, right?
Yeah. I mean, Jackie Chan kicks to the face. You better watch out. So I tell him, he's like, I don't got any shirts, but you can go to the Horseshoe Tavern, which phenomenal bar. I've always heard of it. I said, great. But now I got to go through this death march, like 5 blocks to get there. So I'm in this kimono and I start walking to this place, just go straight down.
What color is this kimono?
It was like a silk, white, off-white color. I remember.
Like a cream.
Cream. Thank you.
What's the pattern? We got flowers up on this bitch?
No, it's just straight and it had like the little, down the middle where the buttons are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the little bars there. I mean, it was
like the little wooden.
Yeah,
bars.
it was legit.
This is a Sifu one. This is not a normal like karate kimono.
No, this is some legit shit.
Did it have a belt?
No. I was in a pair of blue jeans.
Okay, so this is like an Asian shirt, not a normal kimono.
So I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden I see like one of these real nice high-end fashion stores, like the $100 shirts that has like shit on it and you pay more for one of those things.
Affliction.
Yeah. But one of these nice storefronts, I see this. I was like, man, these fuckers, they're trying to make a profit because it's 10:00.
Yeah.
And I'm loose. And I probably swallowed a couple more shots at the bar I left before I went on this death march. So I walk in, kicking the door. And because the lights are on, I look up now and I figured out. Everyone's like, it's nothing but Asians in there. It was a clothing store that was having an after hours party for their friends. There was a DJ going on and all this. They looked at me and I'm like, you guys open? No. Yeah, get out of here, So that, I avoided that ass kicking somehow. So I get to this bar. I couldn't find the Horseshoe. Imagine that. I walk in and everyone's just laughing at me. And I told the story to the bartender again. He's like, yeah, I actually have some Jose shirts. I remember it was Jose Cuervo. And he gives it me and it's a small. I'm like, what is
that shit on purpose?
Yeah, I was like, he's laughing at me. I was like, is this a joke? And like, no. And everyone's like, man, I'm surprised you're still walking right now. The triad's going to find out. And I was like, well, shit. I'm just trying to make it to the Horseshoe. Apparently you can buy, their shirts there. Like, well, it's right there. It's catty corner. Just walk over there. So I see it again there. I remember it was like a 6'10", looked like a skinhead biker at the door. And he's looking at me again like, you idiot. And I tell him the story and he goes, okay, I just want a shirt. He goes, I don't know what, someone told you the wrong thing because I'm working here 3 years and I just finally got this Horseshoe shirt. And I was like, fuck it. I'm done. fuck it. It's like, at this point, midnight.
Kimono it is.
Yeah. And I know we had the flight out, first flight in the morning, out of San Francisco. It was like 6 a.m. And so I'm just going to drink. And at the time I was really digging White Russians, the healthiest drink imagine. So I walked into this bar and everyone's playing pool, having a good time. At this point, 12 o'clock at night, everyone's pretty much drunk, any bar you go to. And I just sat down and ordered 4 White Russians. Just going to get it down my throat. I mean, you don't fuck with someone with cauliflower drinking a White Russian wearing,
a kimono.
Go to the machine.
I remember, and there was a couple Asian girls next to me. So I tell the story, and they were more enthralled that I was drinking White Russians.
In a kimono.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I was on the company tab, so let it rip. So, well, do you want a White Russian? I'm like, oh, yeah. I started. And before I know, I've got all these people around me. I'm buying everyone White Russians. And everyone, oh, man, I forgot how good these things are. I was like, oh, yeah. And the bartender, and I'm letting it fly. I was in Ric Flair mode, too. I can tell you that. Woo! Yeah. I mean, I'm letting them fly. I mean, I really turned the situation around a little bit better in my favor from not getting a jump kick. And so I tell the bartender the story again. And she's like, what size are you? I'm like, no fucking way, right? She comes back with an orange horseshoe shirt. And I remember just running to the bathroom, just ripping off this kimono, putting on my horseshoe shirt that I still have. Yeah. And oh God, we got plastered. I just remember I got in my room and my stuff was already packed in the hotel. And I went, last memory I have is getting my stuff and just going to the lobby couch and just falling the fuck asleep. And I was like, someone will find me, So that's the kimono shirt. I mean, under 10 minutes.
Just picture him. All these tiny little Asian people walking around, Chinatown, and here comes Jalen, 6'3", 6'4", 260 pounds, wearing a kimono. Just walking by.
Godzilla.
If that was,
the cow is Godzilla.
If that doesn't strike you funny, then you got no sense of humor.
I mean,
fuck off.
You really got to navigate through those situations in life. There's no degree in college that can teach you that one. White Russians can get you out of some bad situations.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Start feeding that chick White Russians.
Oh, but another thing is, I've always found acting like a pro wrestler, you'll get a lot of good attention. Oh man, I remember Ric Flair. And you start Ric Flairing it up. Oh yeah, remember I saw Ric Flair in Savannah, Georgia, 1991. He hit on my girlfriend. Yeah, everyone's got a Ric Flair story, especially here in Jacksonville.
He has a Ric Flair story.
Yeah, I watched Ric Flair get his ass beat.
I heard about, maybe it was somebody saw Ric Flair get his ass beat.
Right up here at the 747.
Yep. He was hitting on a guy's chick.
Yeah, he was hitting on a guy's chick. Little redneck walked in, saw him hitting on his woman, and just fucking mopped the floor with him.
Brother, I've heard that many of times that Flair got
And the funniest thing was every wrestler that was in the fucking bar there, because they all were there, because that's where they went to drink, because the hotel was right there. Every fucking wrestler just sat there and watched it happen. Just didn't fucking lift a finger. It was like, damn.
Fuck with the North Side redneck.
Yeah. Dude, I was like, man, I just watched my hero get fucking waylaid. The best part, best fucking part was little, and the dude wasn't as big as Ric Flair. I mean, he was a little smaller. But after he got through just mopping the fucking floor with him, grabbed his old lady, was going out the door, and as he fucking exited the door, did the whole, woo! Oh! I was like, fuck. I mean, we were kids that just snuck in because, friends of friends, know the bartender.
It's
747.
Yeah.
16,
I call
17,
on that account for years. They're not checking IDs.
Nah. So, I mean, just watching that happen, it was like, oh, damn.
Jarrell's got a pretty good one, too.
Oh, God, that was brutal. Oh, Lamb the Slaughter. Oh.
But anyway, we'll wait for him to be on the show so he can tell that one.
I got Chad Overmar, the guy who was talking about the game. He, in high school, he wrestled. He's from Georgia. He wrestled in Georgia, and that's where Flair's son was at, wrestling amateur in high school. And his son got pinned. And this is what Chad said. And we were probably talking mid-90s, late 90s. His son got pinned in the finals match. The guy who pinned him gets up and goes, woo! Ooh. Flair was there, got up and decked the kid. I don't know this now. You would think you would hear more, but this was mid-90s and still get away with smacking a kid around, I guess. But that story, there's another one. My buddy Dave York tells me, another Atlanta guy. He said Flair was just known for being a drunk, going to every bar and just racking up tabs and leaving, or sticking it with somebody, just putting drinks on people's tabs. And
he wasn't a good guy.
No, he's still. I think he's still alive.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was on the Andre the Giant
he looked
documentary.
Like dog shit right now. Oh.
He's slurring his words. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's a rough life. Bro.
Tony Schiavone. But he said he was there, and they saw Flair, and Flair was like eyes crossed, stumbling around. They wouldn't serve him. They still called him Champ or Nate. Like, hey, Nate, we can't give you any more. And he just went into the cocktail thing where the celery, the cherries, and all that stuff, and just started just eating all this crap, right? Stems and all, and just spitting it all over the place. And they're like, every now and then it was crowded. They go, woo! And like Flair would look around, and then they kind of hide. They kind of hide and do it again. You could tell Flair was trying to find him. Man, those stories from those pro wrestlers are just. Nobody wrote rid of them.
It's always semi-heartbreaking, almost every single one of them, right?
Yeah, they all die.
Well, not all of them.
But before that, the 80s and a lot. How has no one had a good movie about that? Like Will Ferrell.
They did that.
Yeah, like a comedy though.
Oh, not a comedy.
No, the wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, make it into a comedy because
that was not a comedy. That was a fucking heartbreaker.
Yeah. Oh shit!
I can't listen to that Guns N' Roses song anymore without crying.
Which one was it?
The wrestler.
Yeah.
At the end, remember he goes out and last match, and I think it was Welcome. It was one of those popular Guns N' Roses song was the entrance music, but like a Will Ferrell, well done 80s wrestling
Will Ferrell
comedy.
Ain't doing shit, man. He just flipped his SUV, bro. He's like, yo,
really?
He got off Facebook too. Yeah. He was. People are getting off Facebook now.
Yeah. A lot of people are.
Yeah. I want to.
And you can find our podcast
I think I'm gonna
streaming.
I think I might creep off Facebook too for a little bit, see what's all going on.
Fuck off! I'm getting back on MySpace.
Well, the funny,
I can tell you, Tom.
MySpace never fucked us. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, Tom's never been in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee.
Have you seen the little memes of fucking Zuckerberg sitting on his briefcase?
Yeah,
the data ones.
Freaked the fuck out.
I mean, he built this monster and is attacking him now. He looks like a little. I know those types.
Okay, you ready for conspiracy theory? There was actually a CIA program that was discontinued the day Facebook was started. That it was actually the same exact thing. It was a data aggregate on people to aggregate all the data on Americans and all like that to collect it. The CIA program was ended the day Facebook was founded and started. So
they're like, this civilian organization is going to do it for us.
Yeah, for free. And we'll still get access to the information. So,
is that another conspiracy theory or is that a fact?
Well, I mean,
so what's the end game?
Did the Chinese guy tell you
this?
The
end game is to find out any information as far as like foreign or domestic terrorism, anything.
Yeah,
illegal,
well, I mean, like now you can
basically invasion of privacy without having to get a warrant. A warrant.
Yeah, because now on Facebook you can. I can't remember how you can get to it. Dad did it. A couple other of my buddies, but Facebook actually has you. You can tell. Are you conservative or are you?
I took off the option.
Yeah, so did I. I actually went through and I didn't know a lot of the options were auto enabled. So I actually spent a little bit.
It's based on your post and like
your post and your likes
and your sharing stuff.
Yeah, but you can go and look and see as Facebook classes you either as conservative or liberal.
As moderate.
Did you? Oh, that's not bad. That's when you're riding the line.
I bet. Yeah, I don't want to be called a conservative.
I was a moderate.
I don't do missionary style. That's for conservatives. Fuck that.
I have a really. I think it's really weird to me that they're so far on one side or the other. Like, doesn't it make sense like to let a woman do what she needs to do with her body and still be able to have guns and you can do with what you want with whatever you want with your shirt off or whatever. And you know what I mean?
He's talking about you being at the bar.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the agenda.
My point is, though, is like as long as you're not taking rights away from people, that's the key. That's the thing, right? So the left wants to take rights away from women making decisions, and they want to take the left wants to take rights away from. I mean, the right wants to take rights away from women making a decision, and the left wants to take rights against people like in their freedoms, i.e., Second Amendment, so on and so forth, First Amendment. Like don't fuck with people's rights. Just like be like in the middle.
Laissez-faire.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they know better.
Huh?
They know better. They know better. They know what you need.
I hate this, and I also hate
the 16th Amendment, right?
No, I hate socialism. Well, people are like, well, socialism is okay if it's done right. I'm like, well, it's never been done right though. Like even our own attempts at socialism, i.e., Social Security, they took our money. Well, first off, we didn't even live to 65 at that time when they're taking the money, so they're like, hey, this is basically a free loan. So we're gonna go ahead and invest this loan in whatever we're gonna do or spend it on whatever we're gonna do. But then motherfuckers started living past 65, and they're like, oh, well, we don't have the money to pay you.
Yeah.
Even though you paid it in, we don't have the money to pay you back. So that's why it fails, because the people at the top, once they reach a certain amount of power, they just like
absolute power.
They get corrupt. They get corrupt. So it's very frustrating to me here in the left and the right. I'm like, yo, can't you just like meet somewhere in the middle? Can we just be middle? Like, it's so simple to me. Why is it so hard for everybody else?
Because you're a simple-minded person.
No, I agree with them. Because I'm the same way. I am fiscally I guess I would be considered fiscally conservative, socially liberal. Because
they say that, and then they say like, well, that's an oxymoron. You can't have that. And I'm like,
independent.
Why?
Yeah, but you can. I mean,
why?
Well, in their world, it's all team based. You have to be either on team A or team B.
Yeah.
You can't take the
Team
good
C
things.
don't exist.
Yeah, you can't take the good things from this side, the good things from this side, combine them together, and make something really good. No, that doesn't work.
Which you can do that.
You could.
Yeah.
But
people getting that left and right. I mean, I'm a libertarian.
Yeah.
So I mean,
even that's gotten a little black eye lately.
Yeah. I mean, we got a porcupine as a mascot, not a stupid donkey or an elephant. We got a porcupine. Fuck off.
I don't know. The porcupine can do some damage.
I know. The Republicrats, as I call them.
Up.
Yeah. But like socialism, you're right. I mean, man is greedy. There's never woman too.
Well, you can't do
people
socialism.
Are very greedy.
You can't do socialism, and the main thing is because then people have no motivation to do more.
You ever seen those stupid tandem bikes or those party bikes saying, "Oh, you see everyone." Take a socialist on there and quit pedaling. Make them pedal. Like, that's why shit don't work, you dumb fuck. Yeah. You're pedaling. I ain't doing shit. I mean, that's how I see socialism.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is they look at it like, okay, if everybody's got equal rights, they've got equal shot, equal chance. You can choose to either be nothing, or you can choose to create a business, work at it, make it a good business, make it a profitable business, and then you're doing good for yourself and you're doing good for your employees. But that's unfair. But how is that unfair?
Like I tell you, Robbie, I got one, but got a shirt that says "Taxation is theft." Mm-hmm. You want to have a good conversation with somebody, and I mean, you need taxes. Not the ones we have.
They need to do flat tax. That makes the whole tax system simple.
Yeah, don't take a fourth of my fucking income.
Just do a flat tax on purchase, so that way everybody who makes a purchase gets taxed. That means including illegal purchases. Or, I mean, that includes people like drug dealers. I think somebody said that during the. Yeah. What I'm saying is like
drug dealers got to pay taxes.
Drug dealers have to pay taxes. Where now they don't have to, right? Because everything's completely underneath the table. They don't claim an income.
So you would have to legalize whatever it's.
That's like
no. It's fair tax.
They're going to get taxed.
They're going to get taxed because they buy shit. Because they buy shit no matter what. It's a certain amount of tax. Like Germany's a 19% tax. You're like, whoa, that's so crazy, but they don't pay any other taxes. They only pay what they
Germany
purchase.
does a flat tax.
Flat tax, yeah, fair tax, yeah.
There's a few European countries that do a flat tax.
Yeah, they do a fair tax, and that's where I learned about it. I was like, ooh, fair tax, man, that makes more sense.
I've always Ron Paul. I'm a big Ron Paul guy, so he got me on the flat tax and the fair tax, and Herman Cain's 999 plan was really good. All that stuff.
I've got a
way simpler, right? Way simpler. You buy shit, you're gonna pay taxes on that, and that tax goes to thing. But don't tax me every little fucking nick and cranny and every goddamn thing I do. 7% on every purchase, and plus taxes on my income, plus
a death tax, income tax. It's like an income tax.
You're
pretty much taxing me to go to work.
Yeah.
Like you're making me pay you so I can work.
The funny thing is, we'll see what plays out. There was actually a guy who he hasn't paid taxes, I think, since 97, under the basis that he is against his religious beliefs to pay tax for abortions because your taxes will go towards, stuff
what religion is that? I'm going to join.
It's Christianity.
It's like
Jesus Christ.
But they actually went to the state court because they tried to garnish. They were garnishing his wages.
What state was this?
I want to say it was Washington, but
Jesus,
I could be way off. I'd have to pull it up. But when they started garnishing his wages, then what he started doing is he basically moved everything to a cash system. So he would go to his bank, cash his check, withdraw his check, and then go about his life. So then that way they can't, garnish his wages.
If they garnish his wages, the garnishment is coming straight out of his paycheck.
This one, I guess, was...
Sometimes they do. IRS does bank draft garnishes.
So the IRS actually took him to court saying that he was trying to dodge, paying
They'll levy your accounts so fast you don't even know it.
But it was just proven that, or the court sided with him stating that, cashing his check and withdrawing his check was not, dodging or, being fraudulent with it. So he won that battle. So we'll see how far this actually goes. Because I know they won't let it go. They won't let it. He won't win.
Yeah. What's funny, when I wear that taxation is theft shirt, you always get good conversations. What do you mean taxation is theft? It is. All right. So what happens? I don't pay my taxes. They pretty much, long story short, they send someone over.
They will arrest you.
Yeah. Now, if I try to protect myself from getting arrested, I get thrown in jail. I get shot.
Yep.
I mean, that's my decision.
Well, you're white. You won't be shot.
No, they will.
You might want to check that fact.
Yeah, they will shoot you.
Yeah, 100%. Especially a 250 guy. They're going to tase me first. But I mean, you walk down this pattern with them. It's like, I had to do,
especially at 250.
They're shooting your ass.
Sure, I don't believe you were 250. I'm sorry.
251.
I don't know. Wallow, how much do you weigh?
250.
Fuck you. You're not 250. Fuck you. You're not 250.
It's a different 250.
You say two.
He's a thicker 250.
He's a muscular 250.
I'm a fatter 250. He's a thicker.
And you're taller. You're not 250. Where's the scale? You gonna go get it? I know you got one.
I got very muscular thighs.
you don't got no stick legs.
What the most ever?
Sorry.
Anyway, let's go back to what we're talking about.
Sorry.
Well, the same thing. Like I don't think it. Okay, so
I got excited. I'm sorry.
Your taxes. You pay. You don't have any kids, do you?
Are we still on?
Yeah.
No. I prefer the Plan B and the roofie cocktail.
So. The roofie cocktail.
But see,
with the Plan
B with a roofie.
Yeah.
But see, you still pay tax for the schools.
Yeah. Yep. I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah. So why?
And these schools are shit. I see.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
We're the worst school system.
But the lotto
spend
takes
the
care
most
of that.
money. Lottery.
Yeah, the lotto is supposed to. That's the whole reason the lotto was brought into Florida. It was to help pay for. It was going to pay for education.
It's a slush fund.
It is.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't have kids. Why the fuck am I paying for these stupid snot nosed, tide eating, condom snorting brats to go cut school? I mean, but I pay it. I don't have a problem
because you don't have a choice.
Yeah. I do, but we already gone down that line.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, there again, it's one of those things where you don't have a choice, but you do. But do you want to go down that road?
Yeah. Well,
because I know one guy way back in the day, like he owned a business and he was very smart about what he did and everything, and he didn't pay taxes for shit.
There's many people that so the income tax is a lot of gray area. Mm-hmm. IRS was a private organization, 20s or 30s. And then legally, they became part of our government somehow, shape or the other. But that's interesting. A little too many big words for me to comprehend. But it's an
interesting story.
Yeah, and there's people from the IRS who said you do not have to pay income tax.
Yeah, well, if
that used to work from them, and they'll go down that path with you. But
they'll make you pay because if you want to take that to court, they've got more money than you. They've got more time than you.
Yeah,
they'll draw you out.
It's our money.
This is Robbie.
Oh, bro.
Perfect timing.
Vegas timing.
Hello, welcome to the Locker Room Talk. May I ask who's speaking?
Hi, may I speak to Cara de Niño Pinga de Hombre?
What's up, Robbie?
Robert, you've been on this podcast without you knowing it the whole time.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
So we started getting the Vegas conspiracy talk. I said, I got to.
Gentlemen.
What's that?
How are you, gentlemen? You hear me?
Yeah,
I hear you good. Yeah,
good. It's making for great radio.
Perfect.
So we were talking about the Vegas conspiracy shooting, and I said, "Man, there's Robbie's the genius on that one. He knows all this stuff." So I called you, and you big timed me. So I say he's probably having an IPA somewhere.
Well, not such an expert on this, but there's a lot of information that I believe people don't know about. When the shooting first came out, a lot of people were realizing that there were multiple shootings actually, and
That's all
there was
confirmed
kind of
too,
like
right?
a hush-hush about it. Yeah. And the media completely ignored that. And the fact was, and there's a lot of facts that I still don't know, but I did read about and look it up and stuff, that actually it was in Saudi Arabia, there's a coup attempt, right? There's a prince and his brother. So the younger prince has been lately changing a lot of laws in Saudi Arabia, where it's becoming more modern. And currently, the current prince doesn't want that to happen. So it was actually a coup attempt that the prince was staying at the same floor as the shooter. And there was a window that he was there. And there's actually an assassination attempt. And what occurred was the FBI got a hold of that wind, and they went ahead and looked after the prince, and they also had assassins on the same floor. And there was a shootout, and the guys were trying to leave the floor, and next thing you know, they were shooting at the crowd.
Who was shooting at the crowd?
At the same time, the assassins trying to get away from the FBI.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
So
Jesus.
a lot of things has been back and forth. There's actually footage of the prince was not there at his room. He was in another hotel. I believe it was in the Tropicana, right? And there's actually, you can look up on YouTube videos of an actual shootout in the Tropicana where the FBI gets with his private security trying to get away from the assassin. So there's a lot of things going on in that, and mostly because there was a coup attempt. You know what I mean? So it's something to look into because we never have footage. There's just recently came out footage of the shooter. But for many months, there was no footage at all.
There's got to be footage, though. You know, I mean, the reason I think this is all true, no matter how crazy it sounds, because we haven't heard or seen anything. They have videos of everything, especially in these casinos
in Vegas. Yeah,
yeah. There's videos of everything. Since I haven't seen a video of anything, makes you wonder. And how quite, because, you know, when the media gets a hold of something, they ride it because they can make some money off advertisements. This thing just dropped out of thin air. And that makes you more, like, the conspiracy just grows more with that. So, like, the less I hear, the more suspect I get. And
you
get
gotta
all this
realize
stuff.
this when it comes to conspiracy, you know, like, conspiracies are like, okay, most people dismiss it as a conspiracy, right? But it's like, it's getting proven time and time again that these things are not far-fetched anymore.
Yeah.
There's always a little something behind it, you know, and that's why the world conspiracy theories have gotten bigger and bigger, because now we can say, hey, we cannot doubt what you're saying because, you know, we're in an age where the communication is freely, you know, anybody can make anything up as well. But at the same time, we have like a podcast, right? 30, 40 years ago, there was no podcast. People could not voice their opinion in this format where anybody can dial in and hear all these things, you know?
Right.
So definitely the version of events are different nowadays, you know? While mainstream media might tell you something, there's like other people that say, you know what, that did not occur. This would have occurred. And of course, the mainstream media has this like, well, we're actually the real news. You guys on the side are not the real news.
Right.
So little by little, I think people are more like awake. And that's why I see nowadays, like right now with Facebook, you know, whatever you side on Facebook you're on, like they're trying to silence the Facebook too.
Yeah. Well, I know the few thousand people listening to this podcast right now have heard your story, and I'm sure that they're a little more wise to the game. But I was telling them earlier about, because you're the one who got me in conspiracies. Thank you, jerk. Nightmares all the time now. But you were telling me how you and your cousin got into this conspiracy thing. You guys started getting weird phone calls. You want to share that little story?
Oh, my cousin, no mention names. He really got into this a lot, and I'm talking about this is maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago. He was really getting into like a lot of these things, and like we used to call it office talk, right? So me and him will hang out at his house, and we had like an office talk, and we just started talking about like different conspiracies, this and that or whatever. But I kind of take it as an open mind, you know, more like a, you know, there's some truth to it maybe, but more like an open mind that you got to listen to this thing. Some of the things are far-fetched. You're like, holy crap, it's not true, you know? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you know, you got to be open-minded. So to the fact that he got really paranoid. He felt like people were listening to him. He felt like he was being followed. So I was like, you know what? You got to stop. Like, it might be your brain. It might not be, but you need to stop researching, Googling things, and, you know, those things stop. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you continue to dig something you're not known, you might get in trouble. That's the bottom line. You know, you gotta keep open-minded about it and listen to all sides of the equation. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
But was he getting phone calls that you say, like weird phone calls and stuff like that?
What?
Didn't you say your cousin was getting like weird phone calls and stuff like that from people? Like,
yeah, he was getting like different phone calls here and there, and then he was getting really paranoid. He felt like he was being watched all the time.
Dude, I'd do that. I would bust.
He got really into like body side of things, and he started saying like, well, there's different numbers. The Illuminatis and Mason, like Masonry. Sorry,
Masonaries.
You know, 3 is one of the common numbers, and he started seeing a lot of like numbers and signs, and I was like, man, you know what? You need to lay off whatever you're reading.
Start watching Da Vinci Code like nonstop.
I wish I had a friend like that.
Yeah,
I'd call him
exactly.
from payphones left and right, be like,
just to fuck with him.
Get off that website.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing that Robbie's talking about, that prince that he was talking about, I know the prince that he's talking about, because he's basically, his mindset is Islam has had 3,000 years to try to keep up with everybody else, and it's not doing it. So now he's not giving them the option anymore. He's dragging them into the 20th century.
Is he the one that, like Saudi Arabia, now the females can drive?
Yes, the females can drive, the stuff like that. And he changed some laws, and like the next day, most of all the princes and some of the people with a lot of money over there were arrested for fraud. And then there was one where there was a helicopter with I think 5 or 6 of them that were in opposition of him, and that helicopter crashed, and everybody died. Kind of shit. So he's like over there just cracking heads and going nuts.
Gangster.
Oh yeah, he's going nuts.
Like, listen, man, we're gonna update this modem. Yeah. We're gonna update this this program here. Yeah. And if you don't catch on board, you might have an helicopter accident.
Yeah, I mean he's young and he's
partying at Vegas. I might like this guy.
He seems like a really interesting dude, but the problem is I think it's going to be how long is he going to be able to last? Because
he's into pro wrestling. He's like a JFK but Muslim.
He might have been. He might have been in the Abu Dhabi. Robbie, we were talking about the JFK assassination earlier. Too that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I personally think, and people don't know, there's actual video about it. The driver turned around and popped off.
That's it. That's the one
really.
That's the one. He showed me a video. I was like, dude, let's get out of my house right now. There's a video. You can see the driver turning around to shoot him. That's why his head goes back. Oh, I forgot about that.
They've actually dissected this video frame by frame, and you literally see the driver turn around and literally just like one pop, and then the other shots come later on, like at the same time almost, and it was shocking, a lot of things. I mean, like I said, the videos probably has been diluted, you know what I mean?
I'll have to get on a VPN and look this up.
It freaked me out to the point I was like, bro, let's go to the bar. Let's get the hell out of here.
They're going to find you at the bar, especially when you run your car.
Shit, get me out of the bar, please.
Like I said, everything's conspiracies. You got to be open-minded about all these things. It might not be true, of course not, but it might be. But like I said, as the growing number of we kind of like the real news, quote unquote, are getting caught in line constantly, left and right, whichever, you start realizing like, okay, wait, this conspiracy might not be far-fetched,
Yeah.
And people start doing your own research, digging in, and like I said, I don't think they have the stronghold that the media had in the past. They don't. People are more, they're awake. Like little by little, like our venues of freedom are getting like really compromised. Like I was going earlier, like whatever side you're on, like they want to censor like social media. So now whatever's in social media has to be verified by a news source. I'm like, well, the news source are not really giving us real news. You know what I mean? So it's a dangerous time right now. All these things that we're getting censored, man. Like, people need to realize whatever side you're on with, like conservative or whatever, you can't censor Facebook or social media because it starts slippery slope, like.
But they are. Facebook is censoring it.
Like that.
Free dominant
news, everybody gets censored. China, to this very day, China internet is censored,
Yeah, well, they're communists.
Yeah.
They are. But are we going to that slope as well?
Well, the thing about conspiracy theories is things you think it's a conspiracy theory, and then things start lining up, falling in places, and it's like, oh, that everybody goes, that's just coincidence. Like remember the Malaysia Airlines that went down?
Yeah, never found out about that.
Never found out about it. Well, the funny thing is there were 5 people that held up a patent on something. Okay. 4 people died that were on that Malaysian aircraft.
Didn't they all die?
No, 5 people died. One lived. You know who lived? He was a Rothschild.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so I mean, everybody goes.
Is that a conspiracy theory or is that a fact?
Well,
if it's true, it's a fact.
All the 4 of the 5 patent holders died. The only one left is him. That's a fact. Now, how the plane went down or anything like that, that's up for debate. Or
I thought that everybody died.
No, he left. There were 5 patent holders. 4 died on that plane, and all 4 were on that plane.
The plane got shot down by it was a mistake, right? It was like a Russian missile, correct?
I think that was one of the. I think that was one of the theories, but it was never officially proven. But everybody goes, it's a coincidence.
It was mistakenly shut down, and they apologized. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oops.
Jeez, I'm telling you, man, you hear stuff like this, and you're like, I'm just going to go watch Starcade 1985. I want to see the most fake, non-real stuff ever, because this stuff gets too real for me sometimes. It's like, it's not the world I'm living in. I want Hulk to body slam Andre. Put me back in that
whole era.
Yeah. Oh,
man, back in the era when you do some shit, like when you were a kid, you can make bombs and it's cool.
Yeah, it was at the Anarchist cookbook. Remember that?
I don't know.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, maybe you might have blown up a bomb or two and it was all right.
So, Robbie, you coming back up from Miami?
Yeah, I'm driving here in the highway, man. I-95 is pain in the butt, and I wish I was there sharing some beer with you guys, but I have to take care of some things here. Keep the wifey happy.
Did you get any good beers this year that you had over the weekend? Any IPAs?
Yeah, I did, man. I actually had a Wynwood from down south Florida, Wynwood Brewery. I had a Pops Porter, which is a good porter, and yesterday I had two they're not from South Florida, they're German beers. Connie Ludwig, which is a Hefeweizen, in her lagers, man. So good beers.
So it's what was that? Connie Ludwig, the Hefeweizen?
Yeah, Connie Ludwig was a Hefeweizen, and a Weissteiner was a lager, and Nikki had a Dunkel, which is like a dark lager.
Gangster ass beer. You're telling your fiance got a darker, heavier beer than you? Your stout queen?
Well, she likes darker beers, man. She's never been a fan of those, lagers. She's always like the stout, like the porters.
She likes single malt whiskey and cigars. True story. I've seen it. Oh, my wedding. Oh, whoa. She was sucking down the cigars and I think we all were.
I think that's a good match for Robbie because Robbie looks extra pimp when he has a cigar in his hand and fucking AK-47 in the other and AR-15 in the other. And it's just shit looking all manly as fuck. I see you, Robbie. It's been a while, buddy, but I see your pictures.
Oh, Robbie, I was telling him.
Thank you. I know, man. We gotta get together one day and then get some training going on, man. By the way, congratulations, you guys. Cool, man. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
To Wallow, and I'm like, man, you guys are doing great. Actually, Zach is I'm not gonna mention where I work, but
I already did.
In the Phoenix area, and I always see Zach Elkins there. Oh man, the guy's out of school, and he's doing great with his business, which I'm happy for him, and he's happy as well. So big shout out to Zach Elkins out there, man, doing his thing. Good guy.
Robbie, I swear to God. So Sherry's doing some work for him, and she showed up to the podcast with some of these Zach. You call them Pro Nuts?
Yeah, they're protein donuts.
Oh my God, bro!
Pro Nuts.
Oh, how was that? The protein donut.
Dude, I haven't even had one yet. Oh, they look so good.
They taste amazing, dude. And they're like 12 grams of protein per donut, and they taste really, really good. I think the carbs are maybe about equal, if not just.
They're
a little
less,
more.
half of a regular donut. I think it's what he said.
I think it's 15 grams of carbs.
15 grams of carbs and like 12 grams of protein.
So what's a regular donut?
And they're good.
Regular donut's probably 100.
Like more than double. I mean,
almost a 1-to-1 ratio. Pretty good.
And what's Zach? How does Zach do this online?
Yeah, you got a website.
Website? Okay.
Yeah,
LeanImpactNutrition.com.
Dude, Robbie was telling me that Zach Elkins was a beast in the cage, though.
Yeah,
he is
Still,
yeah,
he's still training.
Yeah, well,
I hate saying was, you know.
Well, but he was when he was competing in MMA, but like I mean, he still trains, but he's not training for that now.
Yeah,
you know, Zach's always been an awesome guy. Like I've known him for a long time now, and in the gym and out of the gym, he's like one of those characters that really is like. When you talk to him, you know he's a genuine dude. It's like it's like when I met Robbie for the first time, and you and Wallow, like you guys are all like very genuine people, and you can sense that from the rip.
Yeah.
So if you haven't met Zach Elkins, reach out to him if you're interested in like nutrition and stuff like that. Super genuine dude. He won't steer you wrong, and he'll have your back for sure.
If you trust me so much, can I borrow some money?
Man, he knows. And like you see this guy, man. He's like shape all year round, man. Like he doesn't mess around. Like you know, I get out of shape. I have all these crazy meals. I don't know, man. I gotta get back in the diet, and I get back into the diet or whatever. But man, Zach is like year round, like in shape. He knows his like nutrition. He can speak about nutrition, and like I said, he's always like, every time we talk, man, I'm always like, hey man, how do I make this meal a little better? Oh man, like he told me once, like you get like chicken and then put it like in the whatever the thing is called. Can't think of it right now. And then you get different sauces. And, oh god, can't think of it. Where you put it overnight.
Oh, crock pot.
Hours.
Oh, crock pot, yeah.
Oh, every single man knows the crock pot.
And he was like, hey man, when you get that and then you put like different chicken sauces, you have different sauces for the day, so that way you don't get tired of chicken. And I'm like, oh man, that's a great idea, So he's like hands down knowledgeable, and his food is delicious. What I heard, man, like
it is for sure. I can tell you, ever since he started out, I started eating his meals from the rip, and I was like, and I can tell you, he listens to any process improvement because things before I'm like, yeah, I mean this was good, man, this can improve. Next week, to trust me, that thing is improved. So it's pretty cool.
Robbie, I wanted to ask you. I was thinking about this earlier. Was it David or Marcos Avalon that was doing a seminar?
What?
What's that?
What'd you say?
Was it Marcos or David Avalon that was doing a seminar?
Actually, he went back to Vegas. He was all like pretty much all of March, but we never got like a hold on him. But yeah, it was David Avalon. Yeah, he wanted to do the he did several seminars with the Kimura tribe down in South Florida.
Oh yeah,
dude, that guy's a beast.
Yeah, he was trying to get a seminar here in Jacksonville as well, but kind of never follow up with him. Maybe in the future he'll be down to come up here and get a seminar going.
So
he trains right now, I believe, in Vegas with
Drysdale.
He's with Drysdale.
Yeah, they both eat in the same school. Drysdale, I think, does most of the gi side of it, and then he does a lot of the nogi MMA style at school.
Jesus Christ!
So, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I remember watching this Kimura Trap series, and it's funny. The guy that I'm under, it was Kategi. He has an interesting story about Drysdale. It's so funny, but you have to listen to it in person. It's very funny, but yeah, he knows those guys pretty well, apparently.
Dude, I remember being like 2002, probably. I was white belt doing nagas and stuff like that, and it was usually no one competed back then. I trained in the back of the YMCA from Sean Bivor. He was a purple belt, and so I'd go to these tournaments by myself. I'd sleep in my Explorer, stuff like that, and it was always just me, right? And there's always you do Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you don't know much, and you see a whole bunch of Brazilians where you think they're all killers, right?
Yeah.
And they bullied. They were mat bullies too. Their refs, their coaches, the Brazilians, they'd be on the mat just getting on, arguing, getting easy point and stuff like that. And then I saw the Avalons. The Avalons, no way. If you did that shit, they'd be on the mat. They'd be at FU and stuff like that. Like it was FFA versus it was American Top Team. They were always fighting. Now, you always thought a fight was going to break out. But no one ever stood up to the Brazilians and all these guys. And Marcos and David, I've never met them. But I remember just sitting back and like, these fuckers are crazy. They did not give a shit. And I think, was it David? Robbie, was it David or Marcos that went to Abu Dhabi?
Well, both of them competed, and both of them went to Abu Dhabi, actually.
Yeah.
I think it was Abu Dhabi, the Jacare. The Absolute went against Marcelo Garcia. I might be wrong on this, but I remember Jacare topped everybody out in that Abu Dhabi. But David actually, he lost by points, so Jacare took his back. And, you know, he lost by points. But that Abu Dhabi was kind of like put David Avila on the map. You know, everybody was like, who's this guy? Let's have everybody out and stuff like that.
And he was doing David legs back then too, right?
He started doing leg logs. I mean, I know everybody, you know, nowadays, everybody knows leg logs and, you know, the certain gym out in California, everybody's like, oh, God, there's a leg log king. I'm like, before there was, like, no-gi, FFA was doing no-gi for the longest, you know, like, they started no-gi pretty much, you know, like, this is back in South Florida, like, 2002, I believe, and some of the background story, like, you know, like Jalen was saying, at that time, you know, I was like a white belt, and they had this thing where they had a message board, you know, like a forum. There was no social media. You go to a forum, and David and Marcus Avalan, you know, the Brazilians would be like, oh, this move is called, let's say, you know,
MMAunderground.tv. We all knew that one.
And they'll start naming like, no, that's not it. They'll start naming like wrestling moves. Like, no, that's a chicken wing. That's not an underhook. You know what I mean? Like, so these guys would be really pissed off, like, oh, you disrespecting jiu-jitsu, whatever, blah, 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 you know? So they'll go over there and literally, like, back their talk, you know, and they'll clean house, you know, both people clean house, you know what I mean? And it was great because it was like, at that time, they were doing, like, knee bars, a lot of heel hooks, and that was seen as dirty, believe it or not.
Isn't that crazy that was seen as dirty?
It's 50% of your body.
That was seen as dirty move. Yeah. That was seen back in the day, man, that's dirty. You know, these guys are dirty. And like I said, like, you know, I'm not by no means leg lock expert, but I feel comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I will smoke out of water. But at their school, you start learning heel hooks and all that as like a white belt. You know, that's part of the curriculum, you know, that's a lot of curriculum.
Yeah.
I believe that. I believe that to be the future.
Yeah.
You have to, because you don't want to be. You don't want to be starting legs as a purple belt. You're already 5 years behind, 3 years behind.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing is you roll with a white belt and he's tapping you with a simple heel hook. You're going, what the fuck?
I mean, how is he getting to these leg entanglements? I'm not even passing. He ain't even passing my guard, and he's already ripping my heels off.
Yeah,
my knee in half. Yeah, I believe it's the future for sure. If you don't know it, you just seriously have a huge chink in your armor. You know.
100%. Yeah, Robbie,
it's important, man. That's a huge part of the game, man. Like I said, like
especially
like
no-gi.
When you know I heard all these gyms nowadays, they're like, oh, we're like no-gi. I'm like, and not to bash anybody or anything like that. You know, I respect everyone. Everybody has their thing, but like they were doing that like 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like they were already doing that. Like we had like one gi class, you know, and that's it. You know, it was one gi class, and it was like in the evening. Like, I think it was like Friday evening that we had it, and then they moved them to Saturday morning, you know?
Friday's always the piss-off day.
Geared towards no-gi, MMA style, you know, heavy on top, heavy wrestling, you know what I mean? And like I said, like, there's credit there. You know, David has accomplished a lot of things. You know, I believe he kind of retired from competing, but I feel that he might come back again because I see him training with high-level guys all the time or whatever, so I have big respect for him. You know, I learned like 80% of my game from him. And now, like, I'm training Marcelo, and I'm learning a lot more gi, a lot more like the same, like, Carson Gracie style, like heavy wrestling, top game type of thing, which is very similar to that FFA type of like style. You know what I mean? So you pick up here and there from everybody, which is great. You know what I mean? That's the thing with beautiful martial arts, that you can pick up a game from everybody if it works for you. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, Robbie. When you were fighting pro down south, knee bars part of your game in MMA? Did you finish a lot of guys with some legs?
No, a lot of my fights were TKOs, and I think I finished one submission was with, actually, this was in Jersey. It was in Jersey City at the time, and it was the closest MMA fight ever to New York City, because at the time, New York City was banned for you to have MMA, right? You couldn't have an MMA event in New York City. It was banned. And I remember, forgot his name. His last name was Andul. I forgot his first name. He was a wrestler from New Jersey. Really good guy. He had about like 13 fights. This was like my second fight, you know, and I was like, well, whatever, you know, like at the time. And it was actually in the Armory in Jersey City. Apparently the Armory was very famous because apparently Muhammad Ali's father won or something like that. So it was the Armory, Jersey City, and I remember like the first time, the first round, it was not going good for me. The guy kept taking me down. He's a really good wrestler, and I kept he was just kind of like laying and praying though. When he took me, he wasn't very active.
Laying and praying.
So the referee kept standing us up. So he was scoring a lot, and then I think third round I was down, and then Marcus Avalon was like, "Hey man, kick him in the leg." So I'm like, I got one kick. Wow. Oh shit, he didn't block it. Do it again. I must have kicked him 4 times in a row where he was just limping, So I was like, oh man. So finally, a minute or so left, he shot in, and I got an arm inside guillotine. I have pictures of that. His neck is stretching disgustingly bad, just trying to get out. Oof. And I took him out, that was one of my first submissions, and it was a great feeling, man, especially after you're down, you're down all match, and then sorry, I just have to honk at somebody.
Yeah.
So,
Move back.
Florida. So a lot of times you always compare to winning an MMA fight, the adversity that you go through, it doesn't compare to anything in life, That feeling of that win is man, it's great. And a lot of TYs, a lot of guys don't hang it up. They keep fighting because it's like a rush.
It's that rush,
you
it's
don't
that
want
high,
to stop that feeling. Yes.
It sucks because it's so fleeting, though, So, you have to do it again, and you have to do it again.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, at that time, man, you feel like it's the worst feeling in the world, man. You're, training, you're dieting, fucking everything sucks. You hate everybody, you're like, oh, God,
Yeah.
You wake up all sore. You dream about food, you're like, oh, man, I love that burger. And then you wake up, you're like, oh, shit, I wasn't really eating that burger. I was dreaming of eating that burger,
You don't have to cut weight to dream of food. I had a dream about me and a pie last Saturday night.
Cream pie. Oh.
So, going back to that, it's a great feeling about, submission. So, I fought, 4 times. I was blessed enough to, never lose. But, little by little, I kind of hung it up a little earlier, I think. But, life kicks in, the money, unless you're, it's different nowadays. You got to be a full-time fighter. You can't have a job anymore. Like back in the day, back in the day, you have a part-time job or whatever, still make ends meet and compete. Now all these guys are just training twice a day. They have a nutritionist. They have someone who makes their meal, personal trainers, it's just, that's a full-time fighter. And unless you don't have sponsors or you're heavily, have someone back you up, it's going to be tough to make it to the game nowadays. Things change,
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Back in the day, the guys who were fighting in the UFC, they still had a full-time job, and they did UFC on the side, because they were not, but nowadays, every UFC fighter, Bellator fighter, that's all they do. They fight.
Stipe Miocic is still a firefighter.
Yeah, he's an outlier, though, and he's a heavyweight.
Yeah, I also think Carwin, he was also, I know he hasn't fought in a long time, but he had a full-time job when he was a champion.
Right, he was an engineer. Or still is. Yeah.
So, the game changes. The set changed so much, man. You're thinking getting to, MMA fighting and all that, the young guy, you got to realize this, man. You got to, dedicate your life now, because the guys are better, they're more well-rounded, you know what I mean? And the game. You have to have a whole team, You need to have your gym that backs you up, your coaches, and then on top of that, a strength and conditioning coach, nutritionist, all the top level guys have all that, and that's not cheap. Someone got to pay that, you know what I mean? You got to make a living, so it's something to think about. Newer guys want to make it to the sport, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. So let me, the 2 things we've obviously talked about is MMA and conspiracies. Let's put them together. Was that a work with Conor McGregor in the last week?
And the bus.
Did you guys ever go over that last week?
Yeah, I kind of did a little bit. I think, oh, he's fucking up, so on and so forth. I was he's going to make some money off of this. He's going to turn it to where he makes some money off of this. Yeah, he's probably going to come on. He didn't spend 1 night in jail, okay? He has more than enough money to cover whatever the expenses are to cover the expenses. Yeah, he can't talk to those people, but he didn't talk to them anyways. It's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
Listen, the way that they're going to set up this bad blood fight with Khabib and Conor McGregor, that's the only way that he's going to be able to make the amount of money that he was making when he fought Floyd Mayweather. Or even close to the money That's the only way to do it, is to create some sort of heated, crazy beef. Like some outrageous, I just threw a hand truck at your bus. People are scared for their lives. Get the fuck out of here. First off, they're all fighters inside that bus. They ain't scared for their lives. No. First off, okay? So, I mean, like, legally, the law with normal, average humans, sheep, maybe they might be scared for their lives. But these guys are fighters. They're not. This is most definitely a stunt.
If he worked it into his, I think the only way that Dana can afford him, because they can't afford him, $10 million. He laughed at $10 million. No, they got to get him a percentage of the pay-per-view buy rate.
Yeah, and that's gonna be so hard now that he has taste of $100 million. Huh?
I think they can afford it, man. Like the people who own the UFC, man, that group is billions, man. Those guys are worth billions,
Robbie gets so wound up about the sponsorships and the money in UFC.
Well, listen, we're going like almost on 3 hours now, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut it here, but next time we want to have Robbie on here with you and Jarrell.
Oh, Jarrell.
So, Robbie. So clear your calendar, brother.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna clear my calendar, guys.
Sweet.
Yeah, it has to be. I will definitely do it, man. I'm like so pumped about this. I told somebody I couldn't make it over there. I was like, oh.
It's all good.
I was like, damn it, but
we'll have some cold beer for
sure.
Yeah,
we'll set it up.
And I was like, oh shoot, yeah, definitely, guys.
So real quick though, you'll like this. Art of War is drinking the beer he likes is Mike's Harder Lemonade.
Cranberry juice. It's my crunk juice. It's not beer.
He likes Mike's. It's beer. It's a flavored malt beverage.
Listen, this is crunk juice.
That is, bro. We got to give him an IPA, bro.
I drink plenty of IPAs, but I like crunk juice. Tastes better. It's like wine. You know what tastes better than wine?
Stop it.
Grape juice. Grape juice with vodka.
All right, Robbie. Well, we'll talk to you soon, brother.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for having me over. We'll definitely do it next time out. We'll come out with, we'll definitely do it. It's been a pleasure, right? Nice seeing you guys. Hopefully, we'll get some training going on very soon.
Yes, sir, Robbie. Sounds great, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Peace.
Much love. Take care, gentlemen. Have a good one. Bye.
Now, before we close this show out, because we're definitely going to have to do like a part 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah, must have.
There's too many conspiracies for us to talk about in just one show.
I think we just touched the tip of the iceberg on all these.
It was just the tip. Yep. So before we go,
we didn't even plan that. It happened.
Why don't you give a shout out to our sponsors?
Thank you, Lean Impact Nutrition, for all your nutritional guidance. And it doesn't matter if you're a pro athlete to an average Joe. If you want a 6-pack or if you need to beat that opponent, contact Zach Elkins, leanimpactnutrition.com. They'll get you set up right. It's not just we make the meals for you, but they plan everything. They figure it out individually for you. So it's pretty comprehensive that way. The next thing is blackhive.tattoo.com. Black Hive Tattoo most definitely is the best tattoos in Jax. Matter of fact, they just had a big competition came up. Like Nick won a couple first place prizes.
It was a convention.
Yeah, convention in the convention for best back piece, chest piece, most unusual piece.
Titty
it's great. And then
inner labia piece.
Christmas trees.
Yes. Selena, she won some great awards too, and I think sleeve and something else. But anyways, check out into their newsletter, blackhightattoo.com. That's how you get signed up for to get a tattoo by these guys. They're hard to get into, so you sign up for this newsletter. That's how you
sign up for the newsletter, because Soleil just opened her book.
Soleil just opened up. Matter of fact, Mark Bracey just hit me up. Him and his wife want to get it, and that's what I suggest. Get on the newsletter.
Cool. Before we go, Jalen, is there anything you want to add? Any shout outs?
I've got my sponsors. I want to sponsor Trojan Magnum Condoms, Plan B's,
Rufinol,
Rayburn Chardonnay. 1999. It's a butter bomb, lot of malolactic fermentation going on that bottle. Rufinol, no, never needed it. Blue Eyes do a lot for me. So shout out, Daniel Faulkner. He's got that fight coming up. I think he's the next Combat Pro.
Go Daniel.
Yeah, he was just texting. He likes our impersonation of Robbie, but he's got a big fight. That's for his pro. Dan Faulkner. I mean, we all saying he's a beast. Of course. Marcelo Burgo, Brazilian Top Team Jacksonville, Dean Grant, Art of War, all you guys, and the BJJ MMA
community
Pax Karate. And thanks, everyone. Sherry, Chris, War, Wallow. Thanks for having me on.
Sherry, anything else you want to add? No?
Hey, she's on the road to recovery, man. Listen, she's dealt with surgeries, dog bites, infections. She's a killer, man. She's really put into it. And yes, Chris, cut me off, motherfucker. Yeah. Got you, bitch.
Anything else you want to add?
Nah, man, we good.
All right, guys. As always, visit our website, lrtlk.com, where you can get all our previous episodes and the new ones. And you can subscribe from there to iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and all that bullshit.
Where can I buy one of these shirts at and these coffee mugs you guys all got?
Like that? Listen,
I get one before you do.
You haven't got one yet? No. Fuck, I'm screwed. I'm wearing a kimono back in the San Francisco.
And with that said, we are out, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.